Good morning, everybody. Uh-oh, what happened there? We gotta take that out. Are we in?
I'm here. We're here. Let them
Uh,
let them relish in the fact that you're the Duke now.
no, I'm not the Duke. I do not want to accept that. I denied that yesterday.
You
No
could
way in
deny it.
hell.
You could deny it, but it doesn't mean you're not him now.
No, I'm
The
no
only
not
way you
him.
lose, no, you're definitely not him. But in order for you to not receive this title, he has to come back. So maybe this picture being out there will draw him back. Yeah, Hulk smash.
I'm not him, Lou. Please don't make me be him, Lou. What are you doing, Lou? How are you this morning, Lou?
Oh
Hello,
shit!
Lou. 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 Oh, Lou, Lou, Lou,
What
Lou,
the hell?
Lou.
Which one is that one?
I don't know. One of those.
Funko Pops.
Yeah. Kind of looks like. I don't know. Kind of looks like John a little bit, don't it?
If you didn't have a background, maybe I could. Oh, there you go. Oh,
I'm the Duke, not you. You can have it. I don't want it.
oh shit! What a way to
Good
start the day.
morning, everybody. Welcome to the morning show with CC Joe and the great partner, friend, sidekick, Big Blue Lou the God. What's happening this morning?
Ah, it's lovely, bro. I don't know, man. I only got like 6 hours of sleep, but it felt great.
That's good, man. That's good. I see you got your coffee going. Uh, yeah.
Not
That's great.
coffee,
What
hot
do you
cocoa.
see? Hot cocoa. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm thinking, next Wednesday we do a lunch again. How about that? Does
That works.
that work for you?
Yes.
But this
Yeah, it
time I
always
think we're
works.
gonna go somewhere. We're gonna go somewhere nice, real nice.
Bro, KFC is the nicest spot to hit.
Yeah, but I
I'm a
want to go to
firm
Outback.
supporter.
I want to go to Outback
Outback.
again. Yeah,
Oh, damn. You want to go for a nice steak
there you go. What do you think? Don't we deserve it?
with some pumpernickel bread?
Yeah, baby. And those biscuits, the cheddar biscuits.
No, that's Red Lobster.
Oh, that's Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. They got the bread. They got the loaf
Yeah.
of bread with the butter. That's right.
Yeah, Outback is the bread that is spectacular.
So I'm wearing two pair of glasses. I'm wearing these great sexy headsets, and I have my sidekick here. I got my two friends. There are Spin and Slick, and they're Crash Dummy dolls. I don't know if you saw them last night.
I just breezed through. I didn't get
Yeah,
to like sit back and chill with it.
I love them. One is going to be your partner, and one will be my partner.
Hey,
And then I thought about this too. We can really go way out here, and I'm bringing out all the big stuff today. Look at this shit. I could do this too. Look at this. And I could
no,
wear no,
no,
yeah.
no,
See,
no, no.
hello, I'm
Too
Lou.
many, too many headphones is killing the vibe for you.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to have some fun. Spoiled my fun. You would do that.
I can't spoil your fun. You have all the fun you want to, but when shit starts falling off your head and fucking with the system, then you wonder why.
Yeah, buddy. I'm just trying to have some fun. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a great mood. I'm having a great
That's
morning.
that's good.
Yeah,
Saw you popped in on Jason's show last night. You
I
and Miss
did. I
Lee.
did. I did. And there was some annoying drunk lady on there she kept repeating herself, and I go, "You've already said it 5 times. I heard you the first time." And then she disappeared.
So are you referring to Shammy?
I don't know what was her name, babe. Sammy Banana Cadabra.
Mm,
What an
that
annoying
one.
person that person is, man. Why, God, jeez. I mean, how many times
Cassius was eating some chili beans last night, so we know he was farting all night.
were you guys just talk about it? What happened? I mean, were you blowing up the bathroom and toilet bowl? Were you hugging it? Morning, Cake Al. Cassius said was eating beans last night.
Oh, okay. So he does answer. He says, "Oh, not yet. Building up." So this morning
Right.
is going to be a rough one.
Would you take a picture and send it to us?
No, no, no one wants to see shit. Like I don't understand how Bobby likes that. That's a weird fetish.
Nothing. We're not taking pictures. No, we don't do that around here. Come on. What does that say? It says with CC Joe and Big Lou. You see that?
Yep.
Mike, how are you? Thanks for the phone call. Hey, Mike, right here.
Did you take your pills this morning? All right. And K. Carl is saying the headphones are sick.
You like them?
Yeah, bro. They're stylish. And then we got
Oh,
Rick from New York saying looks like someone got into the Pixie Sticks this morning.
yes. Now wait a second. Now
Oh, what are you pulling out now?
I've got to say, if I was to take the title of the Duke, if I was, which I'm not, I would make it official, and I would be the Duke. See?
Okay, let's address you, Mason. What would you like to know? You acted like an asshole. I snapped. End of story. You want to play stupid games? You'll win stupid prizes at the end of the day. There,
Yeah,
you've been very unhinged as of late. Maybe you need to be put in timeout.
maybe.
And my shitty internet provides the $2 this morning by saying, "I bow before you, Duke. Good morning."
Thank you for the $2, Mike. That's very nice of you. Well, do we have to? Do we have to have kindergarten session here? Maybe that's not Mason. Did you ever think about maybe Mason was abducted by aliens and they probed him and sent down a fake Mason?
Well, I mean, he still has a wrench.
Oh, we better watch out. We better double check everything on our end then. Ross Dog. Joey used to buy lunch for Steve Trout. Ironically, he hated fish. Yes, yeah.
I hate fish too.
You do hate fish? I love fish.
I don't
And
fish. I'm not a like. I'll eat some lobster. I'll eat some.
lobster.
I'll eat shrimp and I'll eat some crabs, but like salmon and all that other shit. Nah, I don't fuck with it.
I
It's
love
just not
salmon,
for
man.
me.
Now, I love me some salmon. Salmon's good. That's good. I like me some salmon.
That's
Great
my
fish.
child, Mike. Mm-mm-mm.
You like shrimp?
Yes, I love me some shrimp and garlic, boy. Let's go to. We could go to Red Lobster on them endless shrimp days, and I'll fuck
Ooh.
some shrimp up.
Can you? What about crab leg?
Crab legs are good.
I
There
crush
used to
that.
be. We're talking decades ago, at least 30 years ago. My mom, when we lived in Jersey, there was this seafood spot that my parents would go to, bring home some steamed crabs that
Ooh.
were so fucking good.
Real hot butter with the melted butter. Oh my god.
Oh man, yeah, bro.
I
Those
crush that.
were those were the days when you lived up north and you got some good food.
Better believe that's right. That's right. So, what do we got going on for today? Today's Friday, the
Um,
23rd.
we do have a busting balls, but I have to push the time back.
Okay, what time we going, buddy?
I'm hoping to be available by 4:35.
Perfect. You know what? Done, buddy. No
All right.
argument here. Done.
So I'll edit because I have someone coming to take care of some stuff between 2 and 4.
Perfect.
So I won't be available.
Perfect, buddy. No problem. We'll handle that really well for you. That's 4:30 is fine with me. Tonight's the
Yeah,
big interview. I
I know you got it set for 10 p.m.
set for 10 p.m. He's all okay with the time. He said perfect. He loves the thumbnail. He goes, that's dope, man. That thumbnail is dope. So he's ready to go. Be interesting interview. Don't miss it.
Crash Test Dummies. You got Ray DeVito and Rob Saul dummies.
Uh, I'll go for the Ray DeVito, but I will not make no derogatory comment to
And we've
anybody.
got another super chat, and I shall return in 1 second because I got someone at my door.
All right, Mike, shitty internet provider. Thank you for the $2. The new Duke has doubles of everything. Oh, we got it. We got doubles. We got triples. I got Incredible Hulk dolls. I got these kind of dolls. I got everything, man. I got baseball cards. I got vitamins. I got all kinds of stuff. We got all kinds of things, all kinds of things. We're all about things around here. That's what we do. Things, We're about things here. We're about things. Oh, we got another super chat too as well. Let's see this one. Get this one up there. We got from Andrea Robertson, Canada, 279. Thank you. Glad you and the Mrs. C made it home, Joey. Well, thank you for that. We did make it home. And no, thank God. I appreciate that. And man, that's a great feeling, man. The people are really concerned. Thank you. Appreciate that. So we did a little stream last night with some crash dummies. A lot of you guys were introduced to my new found friends. This is my life in the general. This is the kind of friends I have. I have friends that don't talk. They don't have life. And I live in Mister. Kind of like what's his name? The guy that lives in Make Believe Town. What's his name? What's the guy's name? He used to be on TV for a long time. The guy huh? No, these. I forgot his name. Come on, you guys know. Help me out here. The guy that used to do that Channel 11, and he had the Make Believe Town. No, not Dick Fletcher, man. He had Make Believe. Mr. Rogers. There you go. Mr. Rogers. I'm a regular Mr. Rogers over here. I got all kind of stuff. I put Mr. Rogers to shame. To shame. I really do. My wife says I'm losing weight because I had to put another notch on my belt. I told her, no, I just tucked in all the fat and got bigger pants. It is not. Trust me. Trust me. If it is, I'm going to be grateful, but I don't think it is. I think I gained back weight. I think I did. Well, I mean, I got such a big cock, it doesn't matter, So Dicky Doo don't need when you got the tools, you don't have to worry about Dicky Doo. You understand? You don't got to worry about that. That's how we feel around here. You got I'm one of them guys. I could go around and I walk in 10 minutes later, my dick is already in the room. That's the kind of guy I am. I get there, my dick's sitting on the couch. Huh? I did. All right. Meaning that I got balls. I got confidence. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. Get it now? All right. That's how the scouts use the baseball players. They wanted to sign a guy that when he got to the ballpark, his dick was already in the room, the clubhouse. Well, the ladies are all. Well, is anybody offended by my analysis of, my perverted talk? I get it from all hell from everybody. Rick from New York, I love you, brother. I love you. So I saw Shuli last night. He
What
was
did I just
talking.
walk into? Perverted talk?
This is perverted talk with Joe. It should be pillow talk with perverted Joe. Here.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
I did pillow talk last night with my
I know you did Nighty Night Joey and all that other fun shit.
That's right. So Casey Armstrong was on Shuli last night on Uncle Rico, and then all of a sudden, and I wrote, Casey, what's up, my man? And Shuli put it up there. There he is, the new Duke of the Devil versus here. And Casey and him, and they were having a good time, and I for the first time in a while, I caught those phony people, the ones that go to your face and tell you they love you, and they're in the chat last night saying FJC. I don't need to give names. I was suspicious of these people that they were fronting off to be my friend. They're not. What do you think about that?
I mean, it happens. I mean,
in
front of you, they'll be
nice as a whip.
Keying, but behind your back, they'll talk so much shit about you.
And then I went on Reddit last night. I've been on Reddit a long time. And I think we're going to show Reddit today. And I was appalled. And it's the same 15 dweebs. These guys are the guys that wear the pocket with the tape on their, matter of fact, I'm going to get ready and I'm going to show you what they look like. I'm going to do a little surgery here on my glasses. I can find my tape. And these guys wear these pocket pants and they got, a broken glass, that their eyeglasses are broken, and these guys are making judgment on me, these dweebs. These guys that go and hire prostitutes and tell them, will you pee on me? Will you pee on me? That's what they get. Will you pee on me? This is the kind of guys that are giving me hate. What more do I got to do? What more do I got to do for those idiots over there to just stop and realize I'm trying my best.
They'll never leave you alone. They'll never leave us alone. That's just the way this game is played.
These are dweebs. These are guys with pocket pencils, with the tape on their glasses, and they go when they don't have girlfriends. They have to pay for prostitute hookers. They have to go get to the Happy Round, the place over around the corner from Musage, and they go, you want happy ending? Happy ending? Happy ending? $2 make you holla. $2 make you holla. I'm a dweeb. I'm on Reddit, and I don't like Joey.
I sucky long time.
You want sucky? Oh, you take me casino. I play 21. You hurry up and I give you sucky. Let me tell you something. Back in the day, when I had a cab company, I'll tell you, this is a funny story. In Palm Harbor, which is Pinellas County, there was a massage parlor on the corner of US 19 and Nebraska Avenue. It was in the plaza. Now, two little old. Now, what's the proper terminology that you could use now today's society to describe that race of origin? Can you help me out here? I know that you can't say it's offensive. Whatever. I would say they're. I'm probably gonna. I would say they're Oriental. Is that the proper? Is that the proper?
I think Asian is the proper way to say it.
Someone
Oriental Asian might be the proper terms. You know, we're not
Asian. So they're Asian is the proper term, not Oriental.
Well, I mean, where were they again? Filipino?
Yeah, they run the massage part. They're whores. You know, these are ladies that are like 60 years old. They're whores. You know, they jerk everybody off. You know what I'm saying? And they you know, they pay for protection. And they were my clients for the taxi. I used to take them out to the casino. You know, too old after literally 60, 65 years old. And she goes, "You'll go casino today." No. God, I'm going to casino to gamble. No, you're paying me money. I don't want no nasty ass. No. But I tell you what I do. I will sit down with them at any table and play with them. But they know how to play. They know how to play blackjack. They know how to play
everything.
I promise you, they won't hurt you at the table. They won't hurt you. But you'll go casino today, Cabby? Cabby Joe, you'll go casino. I said, yeah. How come you charge me $60 to each way to a casino? You should charge me $45. I go, $60. I lost last night. I got to raise the price. Oh, no, you do for me pretty, sweetheart. I come up there, give you a wraparound. I said, bitch, you ain't touching me. Sit in the back seat with your tired ass, old ass, and let's go. You'll go to the table? I go, yeah, I go table. So I get to the table and I pull out, I don't know, $5 out of my pocket. She goes, I thought you broke. You charged me 45. You charged me 60. I go, that's right. 60's to do right. But I tell you what, I make money when I'm with those little old ladies, Asian ladies, because they can play blackjack. They don't hurt the table. But here comes the little guy, the little guy that's a tourist. And he'll come in, and I usually play at a $25 table, $50 table, or $100 table, right? So I'm sitting there, and I'm at a $25 table. So he throws $5, and the dealer goes, "Sir, 25 is the minimum." 25? I don't know. And he's talking to his little partner. You want to play? So he puts one chip, and he's like, "I'll take a card, please." Sir, you can't touch the card. You can't. You got to go like this or like this. You know, it's this or like this. And okay. And then they're like, 18. Can I have a hit? And I'm looking at him. I'm going, You're gonna hit on an 18. We've had goodbye, best friend. I'm like, okay. In my head, I'm going, yeah, hit on a fucking 18. And the shoe has been fucking paying us like crazy. So the two Orientals look at me and go, "Oh, that's some bitch. He gonna best table up. You better say something. You crazy man. You say something." That's coming. It's boiling. I'm boiling. He hits a fucking 18, and he lose the whole table. Fucking lose. Like,
He should have split it.
Huh?
He should have split the cards.
He's an idiot. You don't hit on an 18. You understand?
It's very hard to hit on an 18.
Or how about the guy that sits down? He's got two queens. Got 20. Now,
that
20,
you don't take no hit.
They split the cards. The guys that don't know how to play.
Stupid.
If the dealer's got a 4 or 5, I still couldn't even do it. I couldn't even ban him, splitting them. I don't care if he's got a deuce 3, 4, 5, 6. And I still don't. It would kill me to break that rule. But they go, "Oh, you got 3. I got 2 queens. Split them." And I'm looking at them. Okay, well, yeah, okay. I go, "Do you not play at all? I think you need to go to the other room. They got a $5 table over there. You go at all the derelicts like you over there." And I'm ready to light. And the guy, "Oh yeah, I go, Joe. He's gonna get mad. He's gonna get crazy now." Okay. So we faked the bet. Now, granted, I'm at a $25 table. I'm betting 100, 200 a hand. They're playing big money. We were winning. This son of a bitch does this. He splits 2 queens. He splits. I got 19. The dealer's holding a 6 bus card. He takes the bus card. And I went to the guy and said, "Listen to me." I said, "Let's go." I said, I'm going to be very, very honest. You do that one more fucking time. One more fucking time. He goes, What are you talking? Why are you talking to me like that?" I go, You make that fucking idiotic move one more motherfucking time, I'm putting you, your fucking cards, your wallet, your boyfriend next to you. I'm gonna put you through that fucking cage hole right there. You see it? I'm gonna run both of you right through that motherfucker. Don't do it again. And the Chinese lady, oh, Mr. Joe, in good mood today, huh? I go, shut the fuck up. Now I'm down. I gotta win. But what do I gotta do? I gotta pick up and I go to the high rollers room and I bet $1,000 to get my money back. And then I go back and I sit down with the little Orioles and I tell the dealer, can't we lock these fucking? You can't do that. You just can't do that. You can't. No one will allow you to do that. This is our table. It can't be done. But these are the type of morons I used to play with. That's why I like the Orioles. They protect you. One here, you're here, and then let them call their husbands, their brothers, and let them come over and play. Because they'll always protect the players. You'll win if you just you. Here's the key in blackjack. You bet 100, you win. Press the bet. Especially if the shoe's hot. Don't just go another 100. Press your bet. Bet 100, you get 200 back. 150. You hit that, 200. You press every time you raise your bet. You run 8, 9. If you won 8 or 9 hands in a row and you press it every time, $50 to $100, what are you going to win after 8 hands playing that kind of money? You turn 100 into what? You got to know. That's the key. The same with craps. It's all about numbers. You know the death numbers are when people go want to bet the box cars, they put the higher odds suicide or the 3, 5. You get the 3, 5, 11. The snake eyes 3, 5, 8, 11, and then box cars, and you got that on one sheet, and then you got hard 8s, and you got the hard 6s, and you got yeah. If you catch those are nice, but the sucker bet is the pass line. That's the sucker bet because a 7 rolls what 6 out of 10 times it'll roll 7 on any given dice, but that's the sucker bet. Guys that bet the pass line all day will walk away losing. You got to learn the numbers. You got to learn to bet numbers. You got to believe in the rollers. You got to believe in people that are hot with the dice. And you just got to keep betting numbers. Just forget about the gambling part. Forget about it. If you know anything, just bet numbers. Just bet numbers. Just bet numbers. And you will come out a winner. You will. I promise you. Longevity, you'll come out with a winner more often than none. Same thing with cards. Poker is the only game that you don't play the house. Okay? You're playing amongst the players. The house takes a rake for dealing. That's it. Blackjack, you're playing a house. Let me tell you something. You get a hot dealer, that punch your lights out. Worst thing you do is go one-on-one with a dealer when he's hot. Play 2 hands. My recommendation. You're going to be on a table by yourself with a dealer, play 2 hands. Throw the game off. That's my recommendation. That's my lesson to you. Today's episode of How to Play Blackjack. Okay? Anyhow, what do we got going on here? I think we got another, let's see. I read that one. Clearwater Chad, hello. I hit the like button. Thank you, Clearwater Chad.
We've done those, Joey.
Huh?
We've done all the ones into the top.
Yeah, I know. But we had something here. I know with that, but it said 4. How did this get in there? Is that that went into the star? I don't know how that was. That because
if super chats and I believe memberships go to star.
Oh, they do it. Okay, all right, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I did not know that. I learned something new. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Tiny Chud, Rocco got probed. I believe that. Rocco texted me last night. This is what he said. He says, I got to be the guy now. He says, I've done a lot of things for you, and I hate to do this, but I really need to ask a favor. Okay, Rocco, I'll do anything. Okay.
Send me $200.
No, it wasn't. No, he just said, I hope you don't think this is shit. I go, it's something simple. I can do that for you, buddy. And it's just the fact that Rocco is really a great guy, and he got to get to know us finally and realize Catalanos are decent people. And you know what? I love Rocco. Always have, always loved Tukey. And I think now Rocco and I can move forward. And I'll let Rocco help me with the IRLs and give me advice and how to handle it. And I'll listen to him now because I know his heart's in the right place. You know what I'm saying? Friendship's got to be tested every day. I'm a firm believer in that.
Friendship's got to be earned.
Huh?
Friendship's got to be earned.
They got to be earned, but I'm saying they have to be tested. Once you get into a good friendship relationship with somebody, and that's your homeboy, your best friend, or they still need to be tested. You need to test friendships for loyalty. You do. You have to. I mean, how many guys have you were tight with, Lou, over the years? And what's the main problem? What's the main rule they're going to break? 9 out of 10 times, your best friend's the one that's going to break your heart. And what's he going to do to break your heart?
Fuck with your fuck with someone really close with you.
That's right. They're
A
going to fuck.
spouse, an ex.
That's exactly right. That's the one guaranteed thing that most friends are going to shit on you with. They're going to.
You know what? I could say I had a. Granted, we've fallen out because we've all changed numbers and stuff, and we forgot to send it to other people. But I could say I had a solid group of friendships with people that we never crossed those boundaries.
Never. And that don't exist in today's society. That's things are dying of tradition like that. It's how you just put yourself around good friends, and the best friends are going to be someone that you grew up with, and someone that you trust. Now, I'm not saying you can't meet someone in your older age, in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and become really best friends with somebody. Anything's possible. But I think if you got a childhood friend that you went to school with and you remained with the trust and bond, you're going to be okay. But I always had a rule, and I still live by it. I don't never brought any of my friends to my house. When I went home, it was my sanctuary with my family. And I didn't care if they were my best friend. I knew him 30 years. I wasn't comfortable. I was not comfortable. I don't make more trouble for myself or put things out there, especially like I got a beautiful wife. And, the first time I actually caught my true best friend kind of looking over my wife. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with it because if he did it in a classy way. You understand what I'm saying? Now, Christina, I got to worry about her. She'll put someone in her place. You know what I'm saying? And all women like to be complimented. They love to.
Of course, compliment is one
like
thing, but going up to someone's person, that's a different story. You just don't
exactly.
like. I had a rule where I didn't talk to my boys' sisters like that.
Right.
I wouldn't talk to if they broke up with somebody. That just was me.
That's the same way I am. I don't care, Lou, if you were married for 40 years and I knew you my whole life, and all of a sudden you're divorced from your wife for 10 years and I'm single, I would not even go anywhere near your ex. I just couldn't do that. I don't break those boundaries. You understand? I just don't do that stuff. It's bad business. Because you know what? At the end of the day, yeah, you might be divorced, but you were with somebody for 30, 40 years.
There's a
You love
bond.
the person.
There's that, you probably shared kids together.
Correct.
That, yeah, it's one of those where it's a tricky,
very tricky
scenario.
They didn't make that. The OJs didn't make that song for. They made it for a good reason. Backstabbers, you know that song by the OJs? They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The backstabbers do.
I might have heard it. It sounds familiar.
You got to listen to that song, and it's so true. Here's another rule I live by. If my partner or my best friend was at home, and I rang the doorbell or whatever, or knocked on the door, and you've known him for 40 years, you've known his wife for 30 years, you're godfather to their kids, you're like Uncle Joey, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh, no, he's not home, he'll be back, he's with this. Come on in. That's all right. I would not even go into the house if the man wasn't home.
No, because that can be misconstrued.
Exactly. And I don't want my friend of all my life, and I know his wife just as long, I don't put myself in those positions. I just don't do that. And that's a rule I live by. That's why a lot of my friends say, how come you never invite anybody over to your house to come hang out? I go, you don't need to come to my house. What do you need to come to my house for? What do you need to come to my house for? We see each other 10, 12 hours a day on the street. Why do you got to come to my house? That don't happen. And let me tell you something. I'm so blessed that 90% of the time, she'll just put my wife would do one of these. She'll put the brakes on me. I got this. And I just sit back and watch her dance. You understand? She will just dazzle him with her charm, and that motherfucker be scratching his head. And that's the way it is. I tell you a funny story. We went to Walmart back in 2015, and some guy was really flirting with her in the store. He was checking out. He went above and beyond. He went up to her, which is normal. He thought she was a hot single lady, And she says, "No, I'm married. Thank you, sir." And he goes, "I don't care." He goes,
Those
"I
are the
don't."
persistent ones that are fucking annoying.
He tells me, he goes, "Excuse me, Grandpa. Can I talk to your daughter, please?" He called him. Yeah, he did that. He said, "Can I speak to your daughter?" Yeah, is that your daughter? Excuse me. And I said, "Oh." I wanted to fucking rip his skull out. But he kept going after her. And it got so fucking point where this motherfucker don't have a care in the world, you know? And then you got to realize they're sizing you up or, you know, and then they're the first ones that you put your hands on it, they're calling the police on you. They're calling the fucking lawyers on you. But balls on that guy. But after she said, I'm married, thank you, appreciate the compliment. And the persistently, you know?
See, that's the thing. Like, this is what's wrong with some of this generation. Like, they don't understand. The woman told you no, move on. No, they want to go back to their car. They don't handle rejection well.
Just
Like, yo, she said no, move on, bro. There's plenty of fish in the sea. There's gonna
that's
be
right.
someone for you.
That's why I could not understand Ralphio Palmeiro, a super mega star baseball player. He had a beautiful family, his daughters, his sons, his wife was with her for a long time. She was an absolute angel. And not only did he cheat on her, I'm not okay with the cheating part, but I can. It's not my business. You understand what I'm saying? They're gonna dog their wives, you know, when they're that big of a star. If they're on the road, they're gonna, you know, Michael Jordan had to fight him off with a stick. You know, every room he opened that door, there was 10 naked women in the bed waiting for him. He couldn't figure out how they were getting in. Well, they were blowing the doorman. They were blowing the bellhop. They were doing whatever they did to get up on that floor. You understand? And
You
he
know,
got to the point where, how do you fight it off? It get to the point where he became very promiscuous with her. And Juanita, who was with them, I believe since college, from very first year in college, who was with him through everything, she got half of everything from him. Everything. And he graciously gave it to her. From what I understand, they're best friends.
well,
They
they had
talk,
no prenups,
you know.
so
But
she was gonna get half of everything.
that's right. But she got a pretty good, and he's still worth how many billions? I don't, I can't even remember. Just his Nike contract alone, his endorsement from Nike. You know what I'm saying? But it just goes to show you. But Ralphie Palmeiro was a different type of person. He didn't just go out on the road and sleep with a bunch of women. He had to sleep with with his teammates' wife.
See, that's where you're crossing the line.
Yeah,
And that right there, what shitty internet provider says, some guys don't know the man code. You
they
don't
don't.
fuck like the chemistry in that clubhouse is a sacred bond. By sleeping with someone else's wife, you have to go. Either you or that player have to leave town. You guys can't
I'm gonna tell you.
coexist.
I'm gonna tell you. Was Ralphie Palmeiro was traded for the Chicago Cubs, not because they wanted to, because a certain Hall of Famer went and told the front office, "I'm retiring. When he's traded, I'll come back." That man was Ryan Sandberg. Ralphie Palmeiro was sleeping with Cindy Sandberg. Ryan just got done building Cindy a $6 million home in Arizona, right? And she wasn't just sleeping with Palmeiro. She was sleeping with Mel Hall. She was sleeping with a lot of guys. She was just a pig whore. Now, the toughest part is the clubhouse guy. When you see this, you understand? And I got the hardest part of my job was I got to keep the front office at bay to keep them happy with enough bullshit, you know, that they're content. But I have to be very loyal to the players because they got to trust me 100 implicitly 100% with everything because they use their clubhouse guys. You know, they come off the road, and there's a line outside the office, and they're handing me their bitch phones. You understand? And I'm locking up all the phones.
That
You know,
that's the thing. It's like you have a loyalty to the players, but you also have a commitment to the front office.
I have to. They're the ones that pay me.
You have it's like, how do I juggle this?
Here's how you juggle it. Front office people are usually non-baseball people that just got a lot of money, so they're going to pretty much take your word, especially if you do your job right. Every time they see you, so the best thing you can do is keep them out of the locker room as much as you can. You know, tell them, you know what? Don't come on down. If you need me, I'll come upstairs. I'll be glad to take the elevator ride. Get me out of the clubhouse for a while. Clear my head. You got to kind of finesse them because when you get an owner that wants to come down, he brings his grandson, and his grandson is probably some dorky kid that weighs about 400 pounds who can't do nothing, and he'll say, "You mind if my grandson hangs down here with you guys?" And you're like, "What are you gonna do? Tell the owner?" No. And you're like, sure, no problem, sir. And the kid is just a nuisance. You understand? So you're
Yeah.
doing everything you can without him going back complaining, and you're trying to be nice to him. So you go, what do? You give him the shittiest job. Hey, kid, go collect all the spikes and go out there and clean the spikes. You know what I'm saying? You
Oh,
take
you
them
put
out.
him to work.
You put him to work. And
Okay, I mean, that's one way to do it.
that's what you do. That's what I did. But I balanced it very well. I never physically told any major lie to the front office. When I spoke to them, I just didn't give the whole truth. You know what I'm saying? I gave them enough, but holding back details. You know what I'm saying? But the
This
players are the ones that really pay you, even though the ball club pays you only your salary. But the players give you what you make in that job, and they trust you implicitly. I mean, I can't even the book I want to write. I can't do it. I just can't do it because I would have to. To do it
violate
right,
too much.
I would want to put it real with the name. So I would never do that to them. You understand? And using fake names, then you got to make a. You got to just. It's not going to work.
I mean, if you put 2 and 2 together, you can figure out who's who.
Exactly. That's what they. That's why I talked to a couple players. They go. Listen, you hold the key to a lot of players' secrets. I hope we never see a book because if I'm a grandfather and my wife's building, she's gonna figure. Some people are gonna figure out who you're talking about, even if you.
Mhm.
And I'm like, you're right. I would never do that. I would never break that bond. You understand?
Yeah, it's too
Just never would do that.
complicated. You have great stories to tell, but you can't really tell them because you're gonna violate so much.
I got to be careful what I say. Very much so. I got to be careful.
But
Uh,
shitty internet provider says when a dude cheats, it's just to fuck, which is necessarily true.
correct.
When girls cheat, they get all in
All
their
about their feelings.
feelings. They're emotional.
Yep.
And that's when they'll start falling for the new guy because the new guy's giving them the attention that they want,
Right.
all that good shit. Trust me, I was a habitual cheater in my teenage and all the way up until I met the woman that I'm with now.
Right. Well, you said you were a player. You told me that many a time.
Oh,
You
dude.
were a player. There's nothing wrong with that. There's
Hmm.
nothing wrong with that.
You know, I
Hey,
was.
God bless you.
Oh, you want to? Let's go.
And you know how they play it. You know the signals you get. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, you look at baseball players. Some of them get what they get because of their
They're
stardom and all
smart.
this and that.
That's what they want.
Now, the average Joe gets what he gets is either he's a man in power
Right.
or he has some serious game. Well,
Right.
I had both.
Right.
I was a
Skill.
manager, and bitches throw the shit at you when you're a manager,
Right.
and because they think they can get away with some things. No, yeah, you fucking, but you still got to pull your weight.
That's right. I
I'll
call it.
give you a little bit of favoritism, but there's still got to be, you know, you can't make it too obvious because then everyone starts to notice things.
Yes, I agree.
So,
In baseball, Lou, it's called cleat chaser, and there's actually a lady. There's a lady, I swear to you, that trains. She had a school for wives and daughters, kind of like an educational how to snag a major league baseball player. She actually had a school to teach these ladies this. I kid you not. She prepped them, told them exactly what to do, how to trap them, and
yeah, get pregnant.
get pregnant. That's the first thing they want to do. We had a mother daughter team in Omaha, Nebraska. The mother was about 45. The daughter was she groomed her daughter for the time she was 70. Or took her to every baseball game and groomed her how to
That's disgusting.
catch herself an up and coming prospect. Now the mother probably in 25 years slept with just about every player in the league. I kid you not. What a true pig she was. So I got to know you're teaching your daughter what you're doing. This is going to be interesting. When I first got there, the players were talking about it and they're laughing. They go, "Have you met the Sauce Sisters?" And I go, "Why are they called the Sauce Sisters?" And then they tell me the story. Well, these bitches like to come in after the last game of the season and come in. They like to hang out in the clubhouse, and the guys usually fucking throw ketchup on them, fucking mustard, A1 sauce while they're running around, and then they're sticking it all in every orifices. So that's how they became the Sauce Sisters. You know. And and the funny part is they lower themselves and the players dog them. The players can't stand them.
I
And
mean,
it's sad.
this is when you were in AAA at the time, correct?
Correct. This was a triple A, 'cause I always been
Okay,
with teams
so
in triple A. They had a lot of major league guys that were
the
had a lot.
likelihood of most AAA players making it to the show is very small.
1%, buddy. 1%.
Look at that. See, I wasn't going to get the number because I don't really know, but at 1%, you're fucking a dude that
Right.
might be just a AAA ball player for the rest of his life, never get
Right.
called up to the show.
That's
So
right.
you're just going to be some down dirty hoe for the rest of your life.
Here's good. That's a good point, Lou. Here's the thing. You know how many number one draft picks shit the bed and never made it to the big leagues?
A lot.
You know how many on a regular basis?
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because
It's even-
nobody
It's like that in basketball too, football too. Number one picks just become bust.
bust out. You want to know why? Because scouts lie to the parents. Scouts go in thinking they know. And Billy Bean said it best. There's no physical way a human being can tell if that player is going to be a superstar, all famer, or going to make it to the big leagues. I don't care. Yes, you could pinpoint the 5 tools in a baseball player. On paper, he looks great. Okay, but then all of a sudden, here's what. You put him in the minor leagues. Now he's hitting it with a bat, right? In college and high school, he's using that aluminum bat, right? Now,
Yeah.
you
Like,
understand?
I think if you want to play professional ball, you should get rid of the metal bats, the aluminum
Right
bats
away.
in all levels of baseball, because you're doing yourself a disservice climbing the ranks.
Right.
Because the aluminum bats are a lot lighter than the wooden bats.
You could hit a home run a lot faster with aluminum bat because the ball's going to go farther off the aluminum bat.
Yes.
A wood bat, guys that hit home runs with aluminum bat, go to a wood bat, can't even hit it out of the infield. Yes, she was just like
You
Susan
have to
Sarandon.
adjust.
Susan Sarandon picked one guy a year. So, yes, kind of like her, but she stayed with one ball player per year. Well, she did switch in the middle season when he was getting called up. She went to Crash Davis.
And this
She
is
was
a
in love
fact
with Crash.
too.
So,
When I was single, no pussy got thrown my way. When I met a girl, other girls would like the way I treated my girl, and then they wanted what she had, which would be a turnoff to me.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. When you're single, you can't get laid for shit.
But here's my. You want to know what I say? A woman could go get a shower, wax her legs, clean everything up, do her hair, do her makeup, and without a doubt, she could
She
put
can
on
get
that sexy clothes, and she could look in the mirror and say, "I'm getting fucked tonight."
Yep.
Why? Because she's got the Bermuda Triangle. She could control the situation. But a man can't do that and look in the mirror and say, "I'm getting laid tonight." He only
Well,
can
you
hope he's going to
can.
get laid,
No, you can if you got about $200-300 to go buy a hooker
or if he's got money to buy a hooker. But a man
or go to
can't
a
guarantee
massage
that he's
parlor,
going to
but
get
you
laid.
can't. It's one of
You
those you
can't. A
can't
woman can.
guarantee.
A woman wants to get laid, she's going to get laid. That's a fact. If she's on the prowl, some lucky guy is going to get that.
She'll
But a
get what
man's
she
got to sit there and
wants.
say, "I hope I got good game tonight. I hope I got it." You know what I'm saying? Here's when I was a younger man, I used to laugh at my friends. They'd be spending money buying drinks for this one, buying drinks for that one. They go, "How come your cheap ass don't buy these ladies drinks?" I go, "Because I'm no sucker. Here's what I'm gonna do. You guys are gonna get them all drunk. 1:00, I'm gonna go up to the bar. I'm gonna sit there. They're gonna be shit faced. They ain't gonna worry about any fucking. They're just gonna be all googly laughing, and they're gonna say, 'Buy me a drink.' I'm gonna say, 'No, bitch, buy me a drink,' and I'm going home with them. Bye. And you paid the freight." That's how I used to think. That's how I thought.
1.2% for the
Am I wrong?
professionals. No, you're not. It is. I didn't buy no fucking drinks
So Bo Beard
when I
said
went to the club.
1.2%. I was close.
I would be working all the time. That's a fact, Mike.
You know
God,
what
who
my problem was?
cares?
Is I respected. I had a lot of respect for just the average person, you know. And I was old fashioned. I didn't break like we talking about. I didn't break bonds with my friends. I didn't look at other friends' wives in that way. I didn't lust for another man's wife or a sister. I just didn't do that. I just
Now,
didn't believe in that. And it's
this is
something
a
that I'm proud to
stupid,
say that I've done.
ignorant comment.
Yeah. What did I say?
Jews trying to take over America and genocide YouTube, and y'all sitting here talking about some nonsense. You're a fucking idiot.
Tiny
That's all
Chud,
I
I
want.
I know you're a good guy, but you know, come on, man. Let's be a little bit respectful. You know,
That's
I like you. I
idiotic
love you to death,
comment.
buddy, but let's show respect to the Jewish people as well. You know, please. You know,
You
we're
want
human beings.
political talk? Go watch a political show. You're not getting political talk here because one, I don't really know politics. I assume Joey don't know politics. We don't want to talk about politics.
I don't want to talk about them. I could tell you a lot of bad things about politicians. I
Yes.
don't choose to do that. It's nothing that I
You
want to
know
get into.
what, Cassius? I agree. I like the attention. I like the flirt, but I'm not stepping out on my woman.
No.
It's
Now
just
I don't
no, no.
mind if someone compliments my wife and in a little bit
Yes,
flirty.
that's it. Leave
I
it as a compliment.
I don't bother me. I know she's going home with me, and I know she's not going to let no. I don't mind if someone's being classy about. But you're right. You get some brother out there. He just don't give a fuck. I don't care if you be married. I don't care who your husband is. He's just going to keep her, and I don't like that. I learned what I really want. What Mason Ford, I learned what women really want from listening to. Well, I'm not. I'm no. No. I will teach. I would tell people my values, and they take it for what it's worth. But that's me. I mean, every individual it is different. It's like the woman that tries too hard. A woman that goes out there and she doesn't have to be flirtatious. She doesn't have to be promiscuous just to get someone to like her, because you wind up you build a reputation, you know, and then you're destroyed anyhow by your reputation. You're a pig. You're just a pig, you know, and that's the other blessing I got. Christina knows she's good looking. She knows she's beautiful, but she don't have to. She don't flaunt it. She don't have to look for that attention, you know. And she'll tell you since I've been with her, I don't even have wandering eyes because I don't see other women like that. I don't. I don't. And you know damn well on everything I stand for, and on every grandchild I have, you know I'm right. I promise you that. And I think that makes her very happy. That one quality, you know. I hope it does because that's how much I respect her in that area. Now, don't get me wrong. I've had some drag out arguments with Christina. I've had a blast arguing with her over the last 10 years because she gets right in my grill and tells me, bitch, I'll knock the fuck out of you. You know? And she will come at me like a man. And I just get all right. And then but I'm like, all right, but I know what's gonna happen a couple hours later. You know, so it's been good. But
I'm gonna put
she'll
that ass to sleep.
she when she needs to make a point to me, or I really did something that was way out of character, stupid, just something I might have said, you know, or being in a pissy mood, and she's really trying to just have a positive day, and here I come out with the negative, and I do. I've always said that I could be pretty shitty negative wise. I could ruin anybody's day. I've been known to do that. I've learned from her how to be a better human being, how to be more positive. But Rome wasn't built in one day.
Nope.
I could change those qualities about me because if you love someone enough, you're going to do that. I'll do anything to make her 100% happy all around. And she don't yell at me. She'll say sometimes when she, like I said, when we've had to fall down arguments, it's shouting. Two Sagittarius, we both won't give up. We'll always want to both. Each of us want to have the last word. That's our problem. Instead of saying, okay, it's done, I go cool off. She goes, we can't stop. We both got to get the last word in. And that's where it escalates. The argument is crazy, you know. But I got to tell you what. Most of the time, she'll smile at me and she says, "I got you. I got you, honey. I got you, honey. Because let's go have a talk." You know, and she'll just kill me with kindness. I'm like, where do you come from? Who are you? You know? You know what I'm saying? I gotta do something here real quickly. I'm not a paint.
Charlie Don't Serve is a new member. Thank you, Charlie. The Italian Polish. Joey C. Gasha says no.
You want to take half of it out of my thing there for you and get it wherever how you want to do it.
The melting pot.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like when it comes down to trust, I'm not a very trust. I don't put a lot of trust in a lot of people. I always got the guard up. You understand? No matter who it is, you know. And that's just because the way I had to raise myself, and I had to, I'd have a father around to teach me things. I was the older brother, so I didn't have brothers that would kick my ass or try to teach me right. I had to self teach myself everything. You understand? My mother did what she could, but when my mother was just point blunt, and my mother would say, I mean, straight up, "You little motherfucker," just like that to me. You're gonna be a small little shit your whole life. You better get tough because you're gonna be laughed at. They're gonna make fun of you. They're gonna take a piece of your ass every day. So if you don't stand up for yourself now, he goes, Don't even come near me. My mother's a fighter, leader, strong woman.
I know. Mm.
You know, and I'm grateful today. And I've never disrespected my mother ever. I don't even think I've ever swore in front of my mother. I just won't. I mean, but not really bad. I think I might have said a couple of. My mom give a smack the shit out of me. You know, she will just at my age today, she'll smack the shit out of me, and I will just take it.
I have a weird relationship with my mother where we let the words fly. We don't give a fuck.
Well, I like that too. I like if I would have grew up that way with my mother, it would be cool. I would be cool with that. You understand? But my mom was big on respect. My mother always told me this. There's two things she said. We ain't got to be rich, but I promise you two things you will do. You will respect me, and you will not be dirty. It's a sin to be dirty. When you're poor, don't mean you got to be a dirty, nasty pig.
Seriously.
Got to be clean.
Like, I'm one. I don't like long nails. Like, I don't understand how people like to have long nails.
Yeah.
You could take a shower, yet your nails are still dirty. Like, no, you got to
You
clean.
see
Like,
John's fingernails, stuttering John's fingernails?
no, I don't look at
Dirt
anything
that was the
stuttering John
crevices of
says.
his fingers.
Mm-mm.
I got a buddy. His name is Andy, and I known him for about 50 years. His pinky, he's from Puerto Rico. He's from Puerto Rico. His pinky looks like the werewolf. He always keeps it. That was his base.
Cocaine
His
finger.
base. That was his coke finger.
Yeah.
And it was sharp like a werewolf. And that's where he filled that motherfucker up and do bases all day. That's what he do. And I'm like, to this day, he still has that. But if you don't take care of that, it's nasty.
No,
You know?
that's disgusting.
It's just nasty, man. You know, it's like,
Mm.
it's like Richard Pryor best said it once when he was making fun of The Exorcist. He said, now, if a black man did that Exorcist show, there would have been no mercy for that white bitch. He just said, bitch, get up out of bed, wash your ass. You're stinking up the whole motherfucking house. That's how he said they would have handled it. The Exorcist. He'd be telling Carrie Fisher, bitch, get up out of bed. Quit stinking up the whole motherfucking house. Wash your ass. You know? And I believe in that. But this Rafael Palmeiro was a dog. Now, granted, I hung out with him. I went out many nights with Rafael Palmeiro. He's a dude that spends money. He's got the money. He likes to go out. But you can't be the way he does with certain things. So Ryan Sandberg finds out. Now, Ryan Sandberg is the nicest, quietest, soft-spoken individual you'll ever meet. Didn't go out on the road. Didn't go out drinking. He played the game hard. He was like a 40th round pick. Was slated to never make it out of Double-A. Got traded to the Cubs. Old Dallas Green was smart. When they got Boa and Moreland and Bobby D and Dick Rutherford came over, a lot of Philly pitchers. You know, I can't remember everybody's name, but he said, "They go, what's your throw-in player?" He goes, "I don't know. You got some kid in the A-ball by the name of Ryan Sandberg." And this is what Dallas told me. I'll never forget it. He said he was talking because he was with the Phillies. He came from the Philly organization. Where he was for a long. So everybody that was in place that after he left, he pretty much put him in the office and hired him. So he goes, "Let me get Rhino." And they go, "Dallas, you even said it, that kid was going to never make it." And I go, "Did you sell it?" He goes, "I maintained." He goes, "The first time I laid eyes on Ryan Sandberg, something triggered in my head. That kid was going to be a Hall of Famer." He goes, and like I said, no one can predict that. He just felt it. So they go, "Yeah, you can take Ryan Sandberg." And the rest is history. The rest is history.
Every now and then you'll get that lucky gem.
He was
Chris Mack wants to know how long do we plan to go today?
Not going to go long. We're going to go probably an hour and a half, I think. Friday. My
Gotta
wife's got
cut
an
the
appointment.
grass.
We got 4:30, and then I got a lot of shows tonight. But
Gonzo, how you doing?
Hey, Gonzo, my boy, what's up? Now, Palmeiro was the Viagra spokesperson for Viagra. He did the Viagra commercial. How ironic, a guy that's so promiscuous. And spring training, Viagra Corporation would send cases of samples.
Really?
Oh, he'd get 20, 30 cases, and they would come to the ballpark in spring training. And I go, "You got 30 boxes?" He goes, "Man, it's probably Viagra. They send me all this shit." We open up in a little sample. He goes, I go, what are you going to do with these? He goes, "Just put them in all the guys' locker. Give them to the visiting guys. Go pass them outside to people. I don't give a shit." You know? He goes, "I don't use the shit. They just pay me a lot of money to talk about their pill. I don't give a, you know?" So I'm like, "Well, I'm going to take me a couple cases with me. I'm thinking a couple of these are going home with me, at $30 a pill."
Got
you know
you, Charlie.
And but I liked hanging with him because he was a fun, and I loved baseball. He was a great baseball player, but I never trusted him. I kid you not.
I sent it, Spider. I sent it yesterday morning.
He was such a dog.
Check your spam.
There's a kid that was going to be a prospect. He came up, he was a AAA, and his name was Doug Davis. Now, Doug Davis wound up getting cancer later on in his career, and he went over to the Milwaukee Brewers. Cancer they healed him from the cancer, and he became up to the big leagues with Milwaukee Brewers. And he was could have been a lot better than what he was, but he got to pitch in the big leagues for a while. Now, his other half, the blonde Marilyn Monroe, Stacy, who was the biggest ratchet pig I've ever met in a player's life. But Doug was so in love with her. And Doug Davis is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. That woman could do no wrong in his eyes. She was a drunk. I kid you not. His first year in AAA, she would sit in the wife section. And all the other wives, they couldn't stand her because she was an alcoholic. She was very loudmouth. Well, that particular day that she was all over Doug, they were fighting, and she went up to the stands. And Bobby Jones, my manager's wife, said, "Bobby, I'll watch her up there. I'll keep her in line." And Debbie Jones is a godsend. Mrs. Jones, Mrs. and Mrs. Jones were the best. Bobby Jones was the greatest manager, and Mrs. Jones, how could you not love her? So she's up there, and Stacy's getting drunk, pounding, and she's trying to make a jack out of stuff. The general manager from the big club, which was John Hart that first year, came down because he wanted to see Davis pitch. Right? She goes right up to him and starts ripping him an asshole. Why ain't Doug didn't make it out of spring training? Why are you holding my husband back? Screaming at him and
that
telling
holds
him
him
how
back even more now.
And Debbie is trying to calm her down and get away. You know, she's apologizing to John Hart. And he's not really taking it too serious. But until you get downstairs in the locker room, when he comes down the locker room and he's in Bobby's office and he's pissed. And I go to Bobby. I go, "Bobby, this ain't Doug's fault. You know how this bitch is. Don't let him take it out on Doug, man." And John Hart was a reasonable man. He all the coaches in there. I was in there. Bobby was in there. And I said, "Mr. Hart, listen, you're the baseball man. These guys manage the team, these coaches. I just take care of the players." He goes, "No." He goes, "You know how important I think clubhouse guys are part of player development. You got to say in this too." I go, I'm with all due respect, Doug Davis is a saint. He's one of the best clubhouse guys. He's kind. There's not a mean streak of that. She's a fucking cunt. I told him just like, she's no good. She's evil. She would tell him he got called at the big leagues, and now he goes to jumps to that big pay raise, right? She's in 7th heaven, spending money like what as fast as he's getting a paycheck, she's buying. She was a fucking just garbage. He got sent down. You know, he told him, "Don't ever talk to me again. I'm not going back down to AAA. I'm staying here in the penthouse here. You'll pay this fucking rent," he says, "and you can take your kids with you. And until you learn how to play better and stay in the big leagues, I'm not coming down there." And he'd come back crying. He'd be so in tears. I'm like, "Doug, just let it go." He goes, I worship that woman. I love her. I give her everything. You know, I'm not ready for the big leagues yet." He goes, "They're bringing me up too soon because she's making all kind of trouble for me." I go, "Doug, I will never get
her ass.
I would never get away and tell somebody if you love her, that's you, buddy. I'm just telling you my opinion. She's gonna hurt your career. That's just my opinion. But you love her, God bless you." And I knew something was odd. I'm like, the way she did it, I'm like, something ain't right here. I get a phone call 2:30 in the morning. They're on the road. Gerald Laird calls me. He goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "What the fuck do you want, Laird?" He goes, "You ain't gonna believe it just came out of fucking Palmero's room." I said, "I fucking hung the phone. I don't want to hear it. Do not tell me." Because no, I kept, "No, Laird." He goes, "You got to tell him. You're the closest guy to him. He respects you." Fuck you. I'm not going to him and telling him anything. No fucking, you do it, Laird. All night my phone rang. Right? You got to do it. He respects you. We're his teammates. You know, he's first. I go, I'm not telling him that Stacy's fucking Palmero. I'm not doing it. I'm just refused to do it. I'll leave. I'll quit my job right here. And finally, Laird talked me into it. Now I got to go, and I go, "Hey, Doug, What are you doing tonight? Well, go out and have dinner with me. I'll buy him. He goes, yeah, Stacy's down here. He goes, I got a sitter for the kids. He goes, all right, we'll go out after the game. I go, I buy dinner. I go, listen, buddy, I'm not a guy that is in a situation like this I'm not a delicate guy, so I don't want to tap around this anymore. I just can't. You know, I'm pretty straight. He goes, I got more respect for you, brother. He goes, you've been there for me for everything throughout my career. I had him since he was fucking A-ball, double A. You know, I knew him. He was a decent player, and I knew that he would make it someday and make big money. I go, listen, first of all, I don't want to even be telling you this. I said, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Fucking Palmero's fucking Stacy. That's all I can tell you. That's exactly what I said to him. And I'm sorry. I knew. That was like me sticking a fucking knife right through his heart. But he had to be told.
Did he ever pitch again?
Yes, he got cancer. He went through a nasty divorce with her, which he finally got rid of her. He got cancer. He met a wonderful woman. He met the woman of his life, got remarried. The cancer they cured him of the cancer. Milwaukee Brewers brought him up and he pitched to the big leagues with the Milwaukee Brewers. And he went on being the happy guy that he deserved to be. And that cunt Stacy, I hope she fucking got run over by a Mack truck wherever she's at. But she was evil, pure evil. I'd have put up with her shit. I knew what whores were. I come from Chicago. I tell her, bitch, step up out my clubhouse. You ain't coming in here yelling at my fucking house at nobody. Go. I don't give a shit who you are. You know who I am? I'm Doug Sweat. I don't care who you are. Go. I got to protect my players.
Doug's wife don't have no business being in this locker room.
Well, in AAA and the big leagues, they always have right next to the locker room. They have a wife's lounge. Now in the big leagues, it's 5
go to the
stars.
lounge.
It's 5 stars. You understand? It's 5. In AAA, I was impressed with the one they had for the Rangers in AAA. And I made it nice. Half of it I made it for the kids. I put kiddie books in there. I put toys for the kids, all kind of toys, books. I put a TV in there for the Nickelodeon stuff. I put all this out of my pocket because the more I did for the players and their families, the more tips I was going to get from the players. And I always stayed close with the wife, and I did it for a reason. When a player was cheap with me, I was pretty blunt. Are you fucking kidding me? $5 tip? I give it back to him. You need it more than me. I throw it back at him. He goes, where's the rule? I go, a $5 tip's a fucking insult. I'd rather you give me no tip. You know how hard my crew, I pay my guys out of my pocket, that I split everything with them? That's an insult, right? So he goes, well, you're an asshole. I said, okay, I got you. I was real close with his wife and his kids. So what do? I go with my tail between my legs into the wife's lounge, and I'm all set. Joe, what's the matter? I go, oh, nothing. And I'm filling up the ice cream cooler for the kids, bringing the bottle of wine for the wives. Don't worry about it. I don't want to trouble with you. If you really want to know, your husband gave me a $5 tip, and it kind of bummed me out. She goes, he did what? He goes, I'll take care of that. The next day, that son of a bitch came with $200 bills. He said, my wife said I had to give this to you. I played it perfect. Every time.
So did you know Sean Dunston?
I knew Sean. Yeah. So the guy that hit 700, and I think he hit 760 in high school. He was one of the most power hitters in high school. Number 12 for the Chicago Cubs. Yeah. He was out of New York. He played high school in New York, and he batted 760. I think his lifetime batting average in high school. He was a powerhouse. Nice guy. A little cocky when he came. The guy that I was pretty close to was Greg Maddox. Greg Maddox, Lee Smith. Those are the guys I was close to. I always hung around the pitchers because the starting pitchers, Smitty was a reliever. So Smitty didn't come out of the fucking clubhouse to 8th inning. And I mean, Jim Fry and Popeye used to fuck with him. Go get him out of go wake Smitty up. I go, I'm not waking him up. He's like an animal. I go there. Don't be fucking with me, Joey. Well, tell Jim Fry, I'm a relief pitcher. I'm the closer. I come back in the 8th inning. I'm going to sleep. Leave me alone. Fuck Jim Fry. That's what he used to say to me. And I go, Smitty, Fry needs you down there right now to get loose. He goes, fuck you. Don't fuck with me no more. You understand me? Let me sleep. I'm a lazy motherfucker from New Orleans. You understand me? Louisiana boy. I got to fucking sleep. Smitty was the best. Boy. Cracked me up. Dunston was, he was pretty arrogant. The guy that I couldn't stand was Mel Hall. And not a player on a visiting team. But he would pimp home runs. He would wear his batting gloves out of his back pocket, slumped over. He tucked them in his back pocket with the fingers,
with the fingertips flapping.
And when he ran, it was like they were flapping at the visiting team. He was an arrogant prick. And let me tell you something. I can't remember how many times the visiting team come out of the fucking dugout to fucking whip his ass. How many fights broke out because of it? Mel Hall was a very not a nice guy. I tell you who was a funny guy, Jay Johnstone. He came over from the Dodgers, and Jay Johnstone was always a prankster. Uh, we had a lot of great guys. Rick Russell and Paul Russell. Let me tell you something. The Russell brothers were awesome. Back in the early days, you had you had 84. You had Steve Trout. You had I should know this team. I just got my memory so bad. But you had guys like you had Moreland, you had Sarge, Bobby D in the outfield. You had Say at third. You had Larry Bow at shortstop. Another miracle guy. Never played organized baseball. Went for a tryout when he was 18 years old at Phillies ballpark, and they signed him. And look at him, 2,000 career hits. Steady played 25 years in the big league. Never played organized baseball in his life. You understand? Just decided, his uncle told him, "You got skills. You need to go try out." Because I never played the game.
What do you think about Ichiro?
Who?
Ichiro.
Well, I never got to meet Ichiro, but I think he played a lot of years over in Japan, didn't he? Was he? He was Japan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was Japan? Was he? I don't remember if he was Korean, Japan, or
I don't know how long he played in Japan, but
he was an older guy. He came in his late 30s, didn't he? Come in over here I tell you what, if Ichiro would have stayed another 5 years, he would have been the only one to break Pete Rose's record.
They didn't count his Japan hits, right?
They did not. Okay,
no. So he got over 3,000 hits coming in late.
Correct. And if he would have been healthy for another 5 years, he might have broke Pete Rose's record. He was a hitter. I thought he was probably one of the best in the business. But the most natural 3,000 hitter I ever saw, Tony Gwynn, hands down.
Oh, yeah.
Tony Gwynn was an artist. Now, Pete Rose is my all-time favorite player. Pete wasn't an athlete. He wasn't built like an athlete. Pete just was a hustler. Charlie Hustle. He played hard. He gave 110 every day. And he is the ambassador.
Okay, so Gonzo says he came over to the big leagues at 27.
Who's that? Ichiro? Yeah. Yes, yeah. But he had something like 10 years in over there, didn't he? And he was like a king over there, wasn't he?
Combined hits with Japan and MLB, Dr. Chow says he has 4,367 combined hits.
He beats Pete Rose. If they would have let him do that, he'd be the all-time hit leader. But I don't see them doing it. But I say if he would have stayed 6 years, 5 more, 6, 7 more years healthy, he would have broke Pete Rose's record. He was the only one that would have done it. He's the third all-time best hitter in the league, right? Isn't he? Did he make third?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna look that up. I want to look that fact up. I'm telling you right now, if he'd have stayed another couple years, he'd have beat Pete Rose. You want to know why Pete Rose's record will never be beat? One, they make too much money today, so they don't have to play 20 years anymore. When they get injured, they go on the DL and they cry over a pimple that they get. The guys in those days.
I enjoy the game, but I will say the way that they have turned pitchers this new generation is sad. What happened to the pitchers who can pitch complete games? Correct. These arms were built. You look at the Docs, the Rogers, Maddoxes, Glavine, all these guys would go 8, 9 innings, throw 120, 130 pitches a game. Nowadays, you get up to 80 pitches, they're ready to pull you out.
Oh, without a doubt. Very, very. It's funny that you said that because in AAA, a manager gets really scared. I remember Mike Jersley, who was a great manager. I think he finally made it up to a first base or a third base coach with the Kansas City Royals. He was a mediocre player in the minor leagues, all his career minor leaguer, but he was a hell of a manager.
This guy pitched forever.
Let me tell you something. Nolan Ryan is right here, baby. Let me tell you something. Not only was he a good friend, he was my boss. That's me and Nolan Ryan in the Rangers locker room. Okay? I cherish that picture. Down to earth. And I used to like Ryan when he would say, when he was pitching and he was in his windup and he felt that ball at the release, he knew that there was no way they were hitting that ball. He could feel the release of how powerful the ball was going to be.
It's a sad day. The other day, Severino pitched last night. He pitched 5 days before. He pitched a complete game, about 100 and I want to say 110 pitches. He
Right.
was on his game that day, but it's just like, what happened to the days where you have a Johan Santana pitching 125 pitches to get a no hitter?
Right.
Like, no hitters have become a dime a dozen in this day and age. Like, you have to have magical innings where your pitch count is so low for a manager to let you pitch. Like,
There are
oh, it's so
managers.
frustrating.
There's managers that are so scared what you're talking about that they won't even let their starters go past five of the. They get them.
They
They
let them
get them where
go to the sixth inning, and oh, we're yanking you.
they're yanking them because even if they're not even close to their pitch count, they get nervous because if it's a real close game, they burn out their bullpen. I've watched managers and coaches. I've
Oh
watched hitting coaches
man,
and pitchers say, "What are you doing? He needs to rest. You're burning our bullpen out." Oh no, we got to win this. We got to win this. We're too good. The starters is not even. He's 30 pitches away from even that pitch. He's doing fine. No, he's gonna get slammed the next inning. And I'm like, you're gonna. And I said a lot of. I went to the dugout, especially on the road. It was like more of a vacation. I didn't make sure the equipment got there. If they needed something repaired, I was there for them. If they need a new hat, I get. But most of the time, I was there to sit on the bench and have fun with the guys. Them lighting my fucking shoelaces on fire while they're, the hot foot. They would take the lighter, they distract you, and they light your fucking shoelaces. And then fucking big in the AAA in the big league, where they set your shoes on fire. Or the shaving cream chick. You got a phone call and they got shaving cream all in the phone handle, and you go and you get the shaving cream all. Randy Jones used to take shits and put the shit on the table and on a fucking on a plate. Greg Maddox used to take a sanitary sock, go in to take a shit, wipe his ass with a sanitary, put the shit sock back in the hitter's bucket, and he would say, the hitter that gets the shit sock will go 4 for 5, 5 for 5, and he was every person that got that fucking shit sock hit 3 or
that's
4 hits.
disgusting, though.
But that's what he did. Big Joe, big Greg Maddox, one of the greatest people I've ever got to know. Same age, born the same year. He went to Valley High School, signed at Valley High School in Nevada. He was an alcoholic. Pitchers are alcoholics. They pitch. They got 4 or 5 days off. They drink.
This is so true. Like, pitchers back in the day, they can go. They didn't have Tommy John surgery at the rate that's being done this
That's right.
generation. Um, I
No
don't
pussy.
mind the DH in the National League, but I actually do miss pitchers hitting because that shows a
Sure.
team. You got to manage your club when you got your pitchers hitting. Well,
Right.
teach the
I
pitchers how
agree.
to fucking hit. They hit in
What's this?
college.
What's this pitch clock they got? That's so fucking little league.
Actually, I don't mind the pitch clock. It
I
does.
can't.
It has helped the game a little bit, but I get it. When it first came into play, I was like, "Oh, this shit's fucking annoying." But you know what? You're doing things to help. The Mets and I believe it was Oakland played just recently the longest baseball game in pitch clock era. I think it was close to almost 4 hours in a
Right.
regular 9 inning game.
Okay.
It's unheard of. Most games now 2.5 hours, 3 hours tops with
Yeah.
the pitch clock. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't really impede the game because
Right.
you got to understand some players take useless timeouts.
Right.
So that's what they really wanted to eliminate, these useless timeouts and all these pitchers stepping fucking off and all this other dumb shit. Like,
Now, let me ask you a
I
question,
get it.
Drew. You seem pretty knowledgeable of sports, and I know Ross Dog's a big. There's not a lot of people in the chat that like baseball, but the stories are real raw, and they're some of them are really good. But
Yeah, you're
how many
telling some fun stories that a lot of us don't have no insight to because we were never in
exactly
the clubhouse.
exactly? So I got the first thing. How many pitchers and hitters do you think cheat the game? What would you think the percentage is low? Do you think it's high?
I'd say it's about half.
Pitchers cheat more than the hitters. They really
I
do.
don't doubt it. I
They
mean,
they
they all now today's game is who could throw fucking 100 plus miles an hour.
they, they put packs of Vaseline with and sticky packs underneath. You'll always see them doing this, and that's why if they give their tail up, they get searched. But they're so good at by the time the umpire gets to the mound of getting that, they'll put it on their skin and you can't even see it. You know what I'm saying? But they just boom and then it's a lot of pitchers do that. A lot of pitchers cork bats, hitting pitchers in the National League with cork bats. How many hitters that were pitchers or hit home runs like Vida Blue, cork bat every time?
Like, I don't know why everyone complains about the steroid era. Again,
Yeah.
okay, but it's really to help you heal faster, gives you a little bit of strength. But again, you still need to see the ball and hit the ball.
Right.
Like, it doesn't help your vision.
It made them an animal, though. I mean, it,
Hey,
you
but
know,
see, the shit that sucks about that whole era is the MLB wants to deny, but yet they were the ones who encouraged it.
you're damn right. See, that's another thing I'm glad you noticed because MLB denied a lot of shit, and
They're
they didn't want no
denying,
part of nothing. They said just keep us out of the loop, just
but yet
handle it the right way.
you guys encouraged it. Like, yo, you're punishing certain individuals who, yeah, never did test for it,
Yeah,
never had positive tests, but some of these players, Roger Clemens is a Hall of Famer before the steroid era.
that's
His
right.
numbers before were fucking impeccable. You got Barry Bonds. We've said this before. While he was a Pittsburgh Pirate, he was a
He was a
three-time
star.
league
He was a superstar then.
MVP. So his numbers justify. Take
Right.
out all his San Francisco numbers, he still makes the Hall of Fame.
He was a superstar. I don't care what anybody says. Was a superstar
Yeah,
before his head grew 5 times too big. You know, so he was he was
I agree with this sentiment here. When you go extra innings, you have the free runner on second base. That's just stupid, but I get it.
I mean,
They're
I'm
trying
going
to
to show
end
you
the
a couple
game
things I'd
quicker.
like to share with you. This is my dear friend Andy Barquette, who's a great manager. Will be a big league manager someday. He was on the All USA team. He's Cuban descent, American Cuban. He played on the USA baseball team. He grew up with Alex Rodriguez in Miami. And let me tell you
Okay.
something. They were best buds, but he always thought Alex was a piece of shit. And he told me how he why the reason why he got easier to hate Alex because when he would sit on the press conferences and lie about the steroids, Alex was cheating in the USA baseball game when he was an amateur. He was taking steroids. He would tell me how they tagged women in Dominican or wherever they were. He was a dog, and he said he was one of my best friends that I learned to hate. You know, but he goes, I'm not going to go. He called Alex himself, and they talked in Latin. He talked Spanish to him and called him a piece of shit. Why you got to lie? And Alex just is
They're never going to admit it. It's plausible deniability at the end of the day
right.
for them.
You know how many times Major League Baseball warned him, stay out of Hollywood. We don't want to hear you in those big high games, those with Matt Damon and fucking Ben Affleck and all the movie stars you're fucking hanging out with. You're bringing this into the game. We're gonna knock you. We're following you. We know everything you're doing. You better get out of those card games. You're doing illegal card games for big money and bragging about it. They knew. He got warned many a time, Alex Rodriguez. It's a
Oh,
shame because he'll never.
They should have did to him what they did to Michael Jordan, even though they'll never admit it.
Yeah,
The
well,
2 years Jordan played baseball,
yeah.
they'll
You know
sit
why
there
he
and
did that,
say,
right? You know why he did that, right?
yeah, he got caught. He was a compulsive gambler. They had to
He
punish
owed,
him one way.
I believe he owed like $10 million. I think it was. And here's the thing: he owed obviously the boys. I'm talking the boys,
Hmm.
but they knew if they took him out, it'd be too much heat on him. They knew that, but they knew
Can't
they
touch
were
him.
going to. They knew they couldn't touch him. He was tougher than the president of the United States. You understand? And that's how loved he was. But but they did get their money, and the way they had to do it, is
Unfortunate, but
unfortunate the way it had to be done. But
it'll never come out that the NBA suspended him.
it's
Why would
true
Jordan?
fact what happened though. By him leaving the game because he couldn't take the pain, because he knows it's his fault. He'll always have to go to his grave knowing that was his fault. His best
But
friend, the person that put all their faith and raised him, there's nothing. Live with that guilt. You deserve the
the
guilt.
razzle dazzle card game.
So I don't care what anybody says, and I mean facts are facts. They were not going to let him walk with $10 million and not been stiff them.
Drug tests take all the fun out of all the manly things: NBA, MLB, UFC, soccer, etc. Knocked off though. John Daly is the GOAT. Is he though? Is he though?
Now here is my friend Andy Barquette. Crazy. I was in the clubhouse and I was preparing the meal for after the game. Andy got a little tempered out there with umpire got ejected early
Oh,
in the game.
you gotta love an umpire who, not an umpire, a manager who will go toe to toe with an umpire.
Oh, let me tell you something. Nobody's better than Andy. Watch this. I mean, I was laughing my ass off. I'm watching it in his office on the TV set. He was fucking great. He just this is stupid temper here. All right, goodbye, home plate. He said, I ain't done yet. The umpires they don't know what to do. He got
Takes
fined.
first base.
Oh, he goes all the way around the field. See ya.
Was he to take all the bases? Oh. How much did he get fined for this?
Up 500.
That's it?
A lot for AAA manager. And he was glad to pay it. The front office had to pay for it. I believe the organization. When you got him hot, forget about it. That stupid temper came out, it was done. He was great. I loved him. And me and him,
You've never seen one of those in the major leagues. That would be funny.
Yeah, he was the best. Andy's was a good guy. He teaches kids now. His kid's going to be in a draft coming up. His boy Isaiah, he trained him his whole life. He's a great hitter. He's better than his dad will be. And he could have signed out of high school, but he wouldn't let him. Said, you're going to go to college, you get an education in case you don't make it. And he's ready. Isaiah played since he was. I remember Isaiah 5 years old in the hitting cage with Andy, and he's one of the top players in college now. Isaiah by Barquette, and he's going to be. I think he's going to be all right. That's one of the things I want to share. Now,
if ball players, football players, basketball players all valued their education more, a lot of them wouldn't go broke.
Now,
by the time their careers are over.
Unless you're Bryce Harper and off the grip, you got $10 million. You got to take it. You got $10 million sign-on bonus. The government took 48% of that right off the bat. Taxes. He's in the 48% tax bracket. So now that $10 million just went down to 5. The 5,200,000. Right? That's still a nice chunk of change coming out of being 18 years old. And he just signed what? A 10-year, $400 million contract with the Phillies, guaranteed. He ain't going nowhere. He'll milk that contract. And I always
think baseball players, basketball players get guaranteed contracts.
Guaranteed. Football players get injured, they're released.
I think hockey's guaranteed as well.
Maybe
I know football's not. Your guarantee is the fucking signing bonus.
Now I'm going to show you a couple of things. I just want to share this with you because I know you like, we try not to do Devilverse every day, but this is the greatest guy, most decent human being, and he even played for the Cubs. Doug Davis, I had him since he was a rookie, and his story is remarkable, man. I mean, it's just.
If Joey was into hockey, they would pay to see that.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm a big hockey guy. I love going to hockey games. That's my second. It's baseball, hockey is my two sports that I love. Yeah,
but you're not current with today's generation of hockey players, huh?
I'm not current with baseball. When I retire, I don't even.
Oh yeah, we know you. Once you left baseball, it's kind of like me when I used to run McDonald's. After I left McDonald's,
yeah,
I didn't fuck with a McDonald's for like 6 years.
Yeah, I went to the game the other day and I felt out of place. One, I've never sat in a stand. I've always sat in the dugout, so I have a hard time with that. You understand?
That's the difference.
I have a hard time that I got to go stand in line and buy food when I could be in the locker room and eating all the food I want. Hanging with the players and being in the dugout. It's just, you do that for 35 years. It's hard to sit in the stand. This is Doug.
Dude, I missed the one thing I missed going to when the Marlins played at Joe Robbie Stadium, or what is called now the Hard Rock. That shit will always be Joe Robbie Stadium in my eyes.
That's correct.
When my mom would get the tickets, we would always sit 20 rows behind home plate. The view was beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, those were the good old days.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to find the article with the guide rail feature story of Doug Davis. Was drafted in the 9th round. The California Angels began his professional career. Peoria Chiefs in the Midwest. Let me just read a little backstory. This is the article. I mean, this guy was just a gem of gem, but I don't fault no man that worships their wife and loves them, even though they're that everybody else sees good for you. She's just a cleat chaser, bleed bitch that's gonna spend all your money, and cheat on you every chance you got. He just never saw that in her. I respect that madly, He just loved that woman, And I tell you, I've met a lot of pigs in my life. And let me tell you something. Put
No,
together,
Mason.
you know, she had the swag. She had the walk, the talk. She just was not a nice human being. Even that have to be the mother of his children. I mean, I can imagine today. I'm sure he's long retired, and his kids are grown. And can you imagine that as they grown and they watch their mother when she was always drunk? You think that she's got a relationship with her kids today? I don't
No.
see it. I really don't. That's how much she was a nuisance, and especially with a guy that was good. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to read a little back for you, see if I get the right article. And I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and look at everything, but Davis signed originally with the Angels, came over to the Rangers. He pitched in the big leagues with the Brewers and the Cubs. I believe with the Diamondbacks a little bit. He got his time. Cancer. He could have been. Between cancer and his ex-wife. He could have been. His dream could have been out the door. But here's what I'm a firm believer. When you're a good guy, you're a good guy. Good things come to you when you're just a solid good guy. It's just how life works. But you know what I
Yeah.
noticed more than anything? It's the rottenness.
Close
It's the rotten people that. What?
close the article. I think that's what's causing your mic to pop.
Okay. Yeah. So that I mean that was it. I just wanted to kind of just show everybody who Doug Davis was. I'm sure Dr. Chow knows who I'm talking about and Ross stuff. But here's the guy. Do you want to know what my nickname is in the Dominican Republic?
Let it
You have
loose.
any idea?
No.
El Diablo.
So you're the devil?
Yes. In the lives of many Dominican ballers. You want to know why?
Because you let them shit in corners.
Well, that was one of the things. But I had a great prospect.
Chelino says,
I
"Pinga."
had a great pitching coach uh, named Oscar, who was also let go as a Cubs coordinator. And he had a pitcher prospect by the name of Jeremy Gonzalez. Very slated to be a big time prospect, maybe future Hall of Famer, who took a bad injury, got Tommy John, I believe, and he got healthy. And Oscar Acosta sold.
That sounds familiar.
He came to the Rangers as pitching coordinator and begged the organization to give Jeremy a chance that he was healthy, and that Oscar said he was going to be a star, that he recovered well. Well, the Rangers didn't want him because they heard that he was a troublemaker. He was very arrogant. He caused a lot of trouble in the locker room. A lot of times, upper management will stay away from a guy like that. They don't want a guy like that. It's like you had what's the guy that used to be with the Oakland A's that when they broke up the Oakland A's and he went over to the Yankees with the big contract. What was his name? Big first baseman.
McGuire? No.
Not McGuire. No, no.
I was
He
gonna say
was
McGuire
before
never went
McGuire. Um,
before McGuire.
or
I
after
wouldn't
McGuire.
know.
After McGuire. After McGuire. What was his name? God bless him. He became a great Yankee. He
Oh fuck!
became a free agent. Yankee signed him a big contract.
Giambi.
Giambi, Jason Giambi. Yeah. Well, Jason had his little brother was a major league player too, and
Yeah,
he was
Mason
just a
also said
solid
Giambi.
little kid, nothing like his brother, but the Giambi name kept him around. But he was a little pistol, but he was always in trouble, always in trouble, always goofing off, always just getting in trouble, always out whoring around, always drinking, you know. So he got put in a lot of teams in his career. So so Jeremy Gonzalez is a big prospect with the Cubs. And obviously, he got injured. The Cubs, they got to get rid of him. They don't think he's going to ever recover. So Oscar comes over as the pitching coordinator in 2002, and he talks John Hart into giving Jeremy Gonzalez an invite to spring training to see what he's got. You don't, that's your safe bet. Give him an invite. You don't have to. All you got to do is pay for his room and board during spring training. They don't get paid salaries in spring training. They get all per
Really?
diem. Yeah, their contract started when the season starts. That's when their contract starts. Okay, spring training, they're not paid their salary. It starts.
No. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't get those big ass salaries in spring
No,
training.
they don't start getting checks till the season starts. So, but they get per diem. They get a big envelope of per diem every week. They got all their perks. They get their condos paid if you're a Baker Star. The whole top hold. They get all the perks in spring training. Okay, but the salaries start right when the season starts. Anyhow, So he comes over and he did really good, but he didn't make the cut. But he made enough that they was on the radar. And Jerry Nairn was managing that year because Buck came the next year. And Jeremy was a very arrogant, cocky. He was a guy that got a taste of the big leagues and never wanted to lose that. So in AAA, he wore me. I fought with him every day because he called me horseshit every day. Why was I horseshit? So I go, why am I horseshit? You got no water. You got no steak or lobster. Fucking, I want to go back to big leagues. I go, hey, pitch better and you go back to the big leagues. Pitch shitty, you're gonna stay here, you know. And I nib him. And my manager goes, be nice to him, man. Don't fucking put on his head. I go, fuck him. He comes and terrorizes me every day, Bobby. Bobby goes, all right, just don't fucking get in his head too much. So I'm like, he's fucking, fuck you, motherfucker. You're horse shit. I go, listen, I don't have a major league motherfucking budget. You got a big contract. You want to pay for shit? I'll be glad to go shopping for you and put it out here. But you're going to buy for the whole team. He wore me out. And Ed Sprague was at the end of his career. Ed Sprague, who played on 2 Toronto Blue Jays championship team, 92 and 93 year, with that great Canada team. And so Ed Sprague, he's hanging on by a thread. He's don't got no knees no more. He's done. He's pretty much. But his little son Jed enjoyed being with his dad on the road. So he came out of spring training and he went down to AAA to finish his career for his son. So he liked Jeremy because Jeremy knew how to play chess. Very good chess player. So they got along real good. And Sprague loved me when Jeremy started me. He said, leave him alone. This guy bust his ass for us, man. And then I go, thanks, Sprague. But he's an asshole. Fuck you, motherfucker. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Right? But on the road, I was his best friend. Hey, Joe, come here. I can talk to you, man. I go, what do you fucking want, man? Leave me alone. He goes, you got $1,000 in your pocket. I need it, man. I go, get the fuck out of here. He goes, come on, I got to go to the track. I want to go to the track. He says, I go, don't take it out. No, my wife washes the account. If I take too much money, she's going to want to know. I got to answer to her. He goes, I got to have my agent take it out of my bitch fund. When you get back to the ballpark, the agent will send it to you. I promise you. Okay, I know that to be true because agents took so much of these guys' salaries and kept it in a bitch fund for them, so they could play their play money, just like the phones. They would come in off the bus after we get to the airport, to the bus, to the ballpark, and I take every player had a bitch phone, lock it up because they can't want to go home and get caught with the phone, you know. Yeah. So I borrow him 1,000, 500, 1,500 on the road. He paid me as soon as I got the ballpark at home. Money was there. Right? But he's a pain in the ass. I do him all these favors, and he treats me like a cocksucker, wearing me down every day. Finally, I had enough of him. And we tied into it. Sprague's holding him back. Bobby's holding me back. I'm calling in and cussing him. Because here's why. I finally got tired of listening about fucking bottled water. I sent my doofless fucking assistant, Craig Jaggers, who was a jagballs motherfucker, who couldn't do 2 things at once together. And the owner made me fucking keep him as my assistant. And I hated him. He was worthless. And I wore Craig out to where he quit. And the owner comes out, if you're the reason why he quit, I'm going to make sure you get fired. I go, what? He's over 18 years old. He's not a little kid no more. Well, the reason is I would send him out of the clubhouse to buy all the grocery shopping. I give him all the fucking shit. But I tell him, put it on your credit card. I'll pay you at the end of the homestand. I made him spend his fucking money and kept my money in here because I was a degenerate gambler. And I let him fucking wear out his fucking credit card. That's because I hated him so fucking much, you know? Because he wouldn't learn. So he come to me one day, oh, I maxed out 2 credit cards. I go, okay, here's a stack of cash. Okay, it's paid. I go, what are you worried about? You're going to fucking, I'm paying your bill every fucking other week. You're going to have good credit. Just fucking shop and shut up and quit complaining. He went home, told his mother. Mother called the fucking general manager.
What a pussy.
Now I'm upstairs explaining to me, why is Craig Jaggers doing the shopping with his fucking personal? It's how the system works. He ain't worth anything else in the club. He slows everything up. I can't have him. He fucks laundry up. He don't know how to do it. He don't know how to pass jock straps out. He don't know how to fold fucking towels. He don't know how to fucking sweep. He don't know how to clean spikes. He likes to shop like a bitch. So I send him to shop. That's what he does good. He's gone all day. I give him a grocery lift. He comes back with everything. And the best part is, here's the big receipt. Here's my receipt. Okay, every day I sent them out. If players that needed milk or whatever we needed that we ran out, okay, put it on. Can I get some money? Put it on your fucking card.
You'll get it paid at the end of the month.
He cried to his mother. Mother came down on me And because I was a full time with the Texas Rangers, Oklahoma couldn't fire me. They couldn't touch me. I was property of the Rangers. They were the front office for the Red Hawks. They owned the rights to the tickets, the concessions. They didn't own the players or the staff. So they had no say. I did my job right. Okay. And this bitch kid is crying he used to beg players to come home and fucking go swimming in his pool. And I'm like, are you a little light in the loafers? He would be all good. The players, he's a little weird, man. He jumps in the pool and he's like clingy. They're getting bad vibes off this kid. Well, it turned out he became a cop. He took the police test and became a cop. And the first thing out of his mouth, he says, I hope Joe Catalano writes to Oklahoma City because I'm going to fucking book him, arrest him, and write every citation I can for him. So my good assistant, John, he goes, I hope you're not ever driving in Oklahoma North. Jagger's passed the police department. He's going to be going to the academy. And he said, you're the first person he's going to watch for on the road every day. I made that kid hate me. I couldn't stand. I don't like laziness. I don't like people that are dumb. He was dumb. He slowed up everything. I took him to spring training. My boss goes, I go, can I bring all my crew? I got a lot of good guys here. He goes, well, what about that one guy that's a fucking idiot? You bringing him? I go, yeah, let's get him. 1 week into it, my boss fucking blew his fucking smoke come out of here. He goes, get your fucking ass on a motherfucking plane and don't ever walk into a baseball locker room again. You're the dumbest, stupidest, illiterate, dumbest cocksucker I've ever seen in this business. And I'm laughing my ass off. And Jonathan and fucking Patrick are fucking rolling on the floor. And he smiles at you. I go, Craig, you're fucking useless. I told you fucking 2 years ago, you're not meant to do this shit. You're a mama's boy that sucks his thumb. Go. This ain't for you. Spring training will make or break you. You do 900 towels a day. You got to wash them and fold them every single day. 900 motherfucking towels. You got 300 players in spring training. Each of them gets 3 towels. That's 900. Right off the bat. And you got them always trying to hustle you for fucking baseball. Always wanting to give. I need a new hat. I just gave you a hat 3 days ago. What do you need a new hat for? Mine's it stinks. 3 days. I sweat a lot. I go, wash it. Take it to the sink and wash it. This ain't the fucking big leagues. They didn't understand it. It is not the big league. We don't have unlimited budget. We don't do that here. You get one hat, you change out at the halfway point, and that's what you're stuck with.
Really?
That's it. That's the rule.
Damn. 2 hats a season?
Now, I took care of the guys that needed to be taken care of. I give them anything. You want hats for your dad, your mother, your brother? Here you go. Because I know I was going to get a fat tip at the end of the day. You know, I knew who to play my cards with and who not.
Sweaty head ass Craig.
Oh my God. I haven't seen Jaggers, and now last time I seen him was 2004. He became a cop like in 08 or 09. So what has he been on? He's been on about 15 years. So he's still got to be a cop unless he fucking shot himself. It's very capable. He probably could have shot himself. That's how dumb he was. How he made it through the police academy, I'll never understand that.
Maybe that was his calling. Baseball wasn't his calling, obviously.
Now, I felt sorry for him. He didn't have a father. His mother was a nice woman. She struggled, but he was too nice. He was like Gomer Pyle, nice. Opie Taylor, nice. I can't trust a guy that's squeaky clean. You understand what I'm saying? That gave me the heebie-jeebies. A guy that's straight, I can't be around. I'm sorry. I just can't be. You got to have a little skeleton in your closet. You can hang with me. I don't like too squeaky clean because I smell a rat all the way around the corner when I see that. You know what I'm saying? And I was guessed right. He'd always want me to come over and swim. I go, I don't fucking swim. I don't know how to fucking swim. I hate the water. Oh, come on. I'm just trying to be a nice. I go, stick the pool in your ass and leave me alone. Don't call me on my off days. He called me. You want to go hang out? No, I don't want to hang out with you, Craig. He goes, oh, you're going to be mean to me. I go, Craig, do not call me until the night before the homestand so I can give you the fucking grocery list so you can go shopping. I swear to God. He goes, I'm going to get older. I'm not going to take this shit much longer. I go, bye. That's the whole idea. See ya.
You know, that's the shit when you want someone to quit so fucking bad and they won't.
I couldn't fire him. He was untouchable. Fucking general manager of the Red Hawks. Craig was invented that he was like a stone in that team. Because he felt sorry for the kid. No dad. He was an R all the way. He was an R all the way. You know, he was a doofus. He was just always smiling. And I go to him, I go, what the fuck is that? Jonathan will tell you. If I ever get Jonathan to come on, and I'm going to bring him on, he'll tell me. Jonathan, about 10 years into it, goes, I want to thank you for everything you did. Every time you called me a motherfucking cock-sucking piece of shit, it got me better and better to be the best caller. These guys got major league jobs because of me. Because I recognized their skills and knew they could make big money. And I stayed
I
on
wanted
their
you to
ass.
hang out with him, Joey, so you could go shopping with them.
Yeah. Yeah, Bob Cool, I used to tell him, Craig, do not call me. Matter of fact, I'm changing my phone number. You are not allowed
And
to
you
have my
won't get
phone
it.
number. Okay? And his mother would go, oh, Craig said you were mean to him. I go, oh, he went to mommy again. He
Oh,
went to
Jesus
mommy again.
fucking Christ.
And I couldn't disrespect his mother. I would not do that. Okay, Mrs. Jaggers, I'll try to be nicer. You know, I got a lot on my plate. I'm a high strung guy. I don't mean nothing. I know Craig really looks up to you. I go, I know. He's the son I wish that I never had. You know what I'm saying? I used to fucking because I would just
Dr. Chow hit it on the head. The GM was banging the mom secretly.
exact. But you know what happened? I had to run out. My daughter, this was in 03. She was born in 94. So in 03, that makes her what, 9 years old? 04? 94 to 03 is she was 9, right?
Yeah, 9.
Now she's deaf, profoundly deaf, can't hear her speak, and hyper like a mother, strung out hyper like. I come back to my office. He's got her taped and tied with rope to my office chair.
Oh,
My
hell
daughter.
no. We fighting.
My daughter, a gag around her fucking mouth with tape. And Jonathan saw me, goes, oh, he's back. You better untape. So he's trying to break the tape. He taped her. And she's fucking, let me tell you something. This is the one that stabbed me, who's capable, who's the baddest of all my kids. She was an animal since she was born.
Exactly.
So tempered.
On site
I'm gonna tell you
right
something.
away.
She's fucking go. I walk and I hear her muffling because she's deaf, and I hear her doing that scream. And what the fuck's going on? I open my office door. She's taped to my office fucking chair. Her mouth taped. Her legs wrapped. I go, what the fuck? Who did this, Jonathan? He goes, Craig. That was it. I took a fucking baseball bat out of my fucking office. I chased that motherfucker through the clubhouse, up the corridor, on the fucking field. I was gonna kill him. Are you fucking mentally fucking? I called him every R there was. That was it. That drew the line for me. That was the weekend he was finally gone. He was gone. And they come down and said,
No, Giovanni. The GM
my
was
daughter
not
got
banging
loose.
his own mom.
Lou, my daughter got loose and was going to kill him. Literally.
Dude, I understand kids can be bad and all that shit, but to go to that extent,
He said I couldn't handle her. I didn't understand her. She was cackling. I go, she's deaf, you dumb fuck. She could have wrote it down on a piece of paper. He goes, I couldn't handle her. I was freaking out. So I thought so you thought tying her to a chair with tape and taping her mouth was the answer? Do you understand that's child abuse? This is what I got stuck with. Every city I went to, I always had an owner or a fucking gentleman come down with his fucking lonely-hearted nephew or his grandson that was an idiot. A pure idiot.
But that's nepotism to the finest.
I'm like, why? Why me? Why am I punished everywhere I go? Why? Is it because of my bad karma, because of what I do to myself, because I'm an addict? Is this my punishment? I used to talk to myself. And players,
No, you have that face. Everyone loves to punish.
the players used to wind me up. They like to spin me. They would wind me up like a fucking toy every day just to watch me explode. Just like the devil. They would fucking wind me up and sit in their lockers and laugh and watch the show because I went fucking nuts. I would throw laundry bins. I would fucking cuss out my fucking staff. One player goes, I'm reporting you. You can't be mean to kids like that. And one of the players goes, no, don't go there. Just sit down, leave him alone. And he goes, no, look at how he's treating that young guy kid. And I'm going, I'm in Bobby Jones. If he didn't protect me, I probably would have lost that job a long time. And Bobby just knew. Bobby told him at the beginning, listen, Joe's the best at what he does. He'll take care of you guys, give you everything. You'll never have to ask him. He knows what you guys need. But don't piss this guy off, please, because you don't want to be on his bad side. I pray to God. Jeremy Gonzalez, I did not wash his fucking underclothes under his uniform. I pissed on him every day, threw him in a hot dryer, and put him out in the heat in Oklahoma in the summer while that fucking everything was pissed. And he would get the aroma, and he would smell like fucking piss. That's how I got back at him. I fucking got him good. I piss on his jock straps and his undershirt and just put him in the dryer, let him get heated up. And when he's out there fucking doing BP and throwing, and that fucking aroma's going, and everybody's fucking, man, what the fuck stinks? They knew. The players knew. Yeah, don't piss off the clubhouse guy. He goes, my dad was in the big leagues. He said, one guy you keep your best friend, the clubhouse guy, you fuck with him, he's gonna make your life a living hell. We used to get away with that. Today you can't.
No, because
It's about
today's
the
Me
play.
Too
Now, back in
pussy
my
will
day,
fucking
you could
complain.
do all that shit. So I get called Diablo. I literally got a picture in some Dominican locker rooms with my picture says Diablo. Why? Go back to Jeremy Gonzalez. I sent Craig to buy 15 cases of water. Now, mind it, 2002 cases of water were like $12 a case in 2002.
Why?
That's how when water first came out. Bottled water was expensive, very expensive. I think it was $10.97 at so 50 $150 for 15 cases of the big bottle. Back in 2002. Let me look up. Let me see if I'm pretty sure Sam's Club 19. It was 2002 water bottle prices. It was nowhere near what it is today. Let me see. All right, 2002 statistics. Okay. Here we go. Water bottles with loop caps, $34 for those cases. Let's see. What was let me do it. 2002 average price for a case of water at Sam's Club. I'm almost positive it was just slightly over $10 a buck. That's why I only could do a three case minimum in AAA. I didn't have the budget. Okay. Remember, Mark, purified drinking water pellet 40 bottles. 40 bottles per case. So 40 bottles per case, and a whole pellet was like $200 and something for a pellet. And it's
that makes sense. A pallet.
Why I used to have to buy by the pellet, so it was cheaper for me to buy by the pellet. So I go out and I think I got 15 cases. I go, Craig, get to fucking Sam's. Bring this cocksucker his water. I'm done. I can't listen to this guy no more. He's driving me, wearing me down.
What, did he have a special bottle of water that he wanted?
In the big leagues, in the fucking big leagues, in the big league. Now today, Pure Light's $4.98 for a 40 case. I'm trying to find the price. I know
it's a 35 pack.
It was 40. I know it was about $10 when
did
bottled water come into around the end of the 1990s, right?
I don't know when bottled water finally came to fruition.
Well, let's look it up. When?
I'm a old school drink out the faucet type of guy.
When was bottled water first
introduced
on the market? I'm pretty sure it was just at the beginning of 2000. When was it? Let's see. All right, 17. No, I'm just done. That's Mark to fucking look up. I don't know. All right, so I asked a simple question and I can't get a fucking answer. Okay, bottled water 1990 prices. What was bottled water prices? Was bottled water? What was the bottled water? Could you buy bottled water in the 80s? Bottled water increased in popularity in the 80s. The popular increase originated because people were concerned about tap water. But the people got panicky in the 80s. Was the bottled water in 1994? Aquafina's brand filtered bottled water in the late 1994. So, yes, bottled water was not like it is today. But I was right. In the 90s is when it blossomed. Somewhere in the mid to late 90s when it was part of society. Okay, I believe in the 80s you could go fill the gallons up at certain supermarkets. I believe that's how it first started out. Here it is. 90 nostalgia stainless steel bottle. No, that's not. Anyhow, I've seen them now cases at $9 a case in the 90s. Now this was 2002, so I know Sam's Club was just a slight tab over 10. Anyhow, I think it cost. Maybe it was a little bit under because it was $125 for 15 cases. What does that break down to? Quickly, what does that break down to? About $8 a case, right? Roughly.
How much was it again?
$125 for 15 cases. If I remember correctly. Now, I mean, my memory ain't all the best, but I'm giving estimates here. But I'm pretty sure he spent the $100. Because I remember Craig was bitching about it. He needed that money back that night because
Yeah,
he
about
put
$8.33 a
so
case.
I was right. So I tell him now, shove it, pack it in his locker because he came in like clockwork at 3:30 every day. Pain in the ass. He always got to be there early and drive me nuts because he wanted to play chess with Sprague. Now Sprague used to get a kick. He goes, take it easy out of me. You know he's mean. I go, Sprague, you know he's a piece of garbage. I know, but he's a good chess player. I need him here. Don't get him in trouble. I would never get him in trouble. I just can't stand him. So Craig puts everything by his locker. 3:30, he comes in. Here comes the All-Star. He walks over to his locker. He turns to me. Now you a piece of shit. He goes, now we talking. So I'm thinking he's going to do the right thing. I'm thinking he's going to tell my guys to put it in the cooler for all the team. What does he do? I fucking blew my gasket. Probably the most highest strung I've ever been in my life. He tells them, lock it up in that closet and don't let no other players have any of it. I ran for my office door. I swear, Sprague has got him. Bobby Jones went to his office, and I said it got heated. So you know what I said to him? On the soul of my grandchildren, I told him he was such a piece of shit that he should die by a lightning bolt.
God damn.
God should come down and strike him by a lightning bolt. Right? Boy, I understand why they called me Diablo. You know how Jeremy Gonzalez died?
By a lightning bolt?
By a lightning bolt.
Fucking A.
Yep. That's a true story. Here he is. I'm going to show you. He was water skiing. A lightning bolt struck him out on the water, and it killed him instantly. I'm going to show you the article. Now, I get a phone call. Doug Davis calls me. A couple of the other players. He goes, you watch ESPN? I said, no, I'm in off season. I don't really follow. I just haven't, I'm busy with the cab. He goes, you need to go sit down and watch ESPN. I said, I really don't care. I'm sorry. I love you guys. I'll see you at spring training, but I got to go. He goes, Joe, go to ESPN now. I turned on ESPN. When I came across a ticker, Jerry Gonzalez died of a lightning bolt. My fucking ball shriveled up. My heart fell out of my fucking chest, and I just fucking turned to a shade of white. I sat down, and I'm like, oh my, there's no way. This is impossible. And all I remember was telling him that one statement when we got in that fight, which was funny at the time. It really was. Here it is.
It was all your fault, Joey. Those words were powerful.
That's why they call me. Every time a Dominican player would see me, they would run. Diablo, because they thought I had the power when I made that statement. It got around all the clubhouses that I made that statement, and I was Diablo. I was the devil.
Joey summoned the bolt of lightning to strike this gentleman down.
Think about it. What's the chances? That's why I say I'm cursed. I'm being punished the rest of my life because of what I said. It fits. I'm being punished for that statement, and I'm to be punished the rest of my life. I know this now. I really do. I know. I should have never said that. It was a rotten thing to say. I regret it. I didn't like the guy, but I didn't wish him death. I would never do that to anybody. But I tell you what, it changed who I was and how I said things from that point. Jeremy Gonzalez Acosta was a Venezuelan right-handed pitcher, Major League Baseball.
Joey Lightning.
Gonzalez was born, right? He wound up going back to the big. He's got a big contract with the Rays. He pitched here with the Rays. Big contract, right? I got to put this down. He got a big contract. All right, so now, death. Here it is. Right here is plain as. Here we go. This is the part that I got to remember the rest of my life. Gonzalez died after being struck by lightning in Punta Palma, Missoula, May 25th, 2008. The year I got sober from cocaine and alcohol.
That nose candy.
Died by a lightning bolt. And I wished that on him.
You didn't wish it on him.
Yes, I did. I told him he should die. God should strike him with a lightning bolt and he should die.
That was just you talking out of anger, but it's
did I ever imagine
irony that it happened?
To this day, when I think about it, it sickens me. What it does. It bothers me big time. Because he had a family, he had a wife and kids. He was a very difficult player. He was big leagues all the way. He got a taste of the big league life, and he didn't want to have minor league baseball. He didn't want that. He wanted to be treated like a big
Pitch
leaguer.
better.
That's what I used to tell him. You know what? You want out of the AAA? Pitch better. You pitch like dog shit, you stay in dog shit. I used to tell him. I used to tell all the players. They cry and whine.
People can't be sugarcoated with this type of shit. They gotta understand that. It's like, yo, okay, they sent you down. Remember, there's one or two reasons you could be sent down. A, they're still trying to control you, and they have that right. They don't want to pay you more money, so they'll send you back down. And B, well, you're pitching like shit. So
Mario
Dr. Chow wants to know: would you ever squash the beef with Craig?
No, I got no desire to. If I see Craig Jaggers, I hope I'm laying in a coffin and I'm looking up at him and I'm dead. The kid is useless. He's
got another $2 super chat from my shit.
I believe in my heart that he would lock me up if he saw me come through Oklahoma. He would arrest me.
He would.
He would.
Fucking find all ways to charge your ass. Payback, bitch.
I was brutal. I was not a nice
guy. Yeah, Joey, you're the Duke that could summon lightning. All hail the Duke.
Bro, I think about that, and I just, a chill goes up. And I'm like, why are these fucking players, why are these Dominican guys fucking talking in Spanish behind my back? That's why I brought Frankie to the clubhouse. I go, Frank, I got a big problem ever since this happened. I feel like all these Latino guys are talking shit about me in Spanish. So Frankie goes, that's all right, I got your back. Frankie goes, so Frankie would play cards with him, and they'd be talking in Spanish, and Frankie would come and tell me, yeah, they're fucking talking mad shit about you. He goes, do you know your name Diablo over there? I go, what? He goes, they got a picture of you in the clubhouse saying that you're the devil. There's like Jeremy Gonzalez in Venezuela. I go, what? So I go, you just stay out there and feed me reports. I want to know what these guys are doing. I got to know what they're doing every day. And all of a sudden, Frank, about 3 weeks in, he started busting out Spanish, fluent Spanish at them. And they went, I go, we got you. And that's when they said, you really are the devil. I go, I will always know if someone's talking about me. I would care. I was smart. I covered everything, I didn't trust nobody. I had a very tough time trusting people growing up. That was my biggest flaws, was trust issues. Not having a dad and going through what the things I did, and I beat myself up. Nobody could hurt me more than I hurt myself in life. Nobody could. I did my own self-inflicted wounds to myself. Nobody could do it better than I did. But
nope.
You learn not to trust anybody. And what Frankie, my friend, always admired me about. How do you balance being a fucking ghetto motherfucker from the hood, who's poor as fucking hell, who's an addict, and you go and hobnob with all these rich motherfuckers, and they think you're in their class? He goes, how do you turn it on and off? That's what I became good at. How I can go over to baseball and be the perfect person and walk the walk with them and be right in society with them, and then go home to the homeboys and have to go out and do all kind of crazy things to earn a buck. You understand? I could balance it. I did it for 30 years. I was good at it.
Dr. Chow wants his Joey C card signed, so
I sign it anytime. I'll sign it for you. But that's all I got today.
Yeah, it's time to wrap up. You got that appointment to get
I hope
to.
you enjoyed, Lou. I know I did. I really wanted to share with you more than anybody. I hope, because I know you would really enjoy some of those.
This was fun.
I got a lot of great clubhouse stories, and
it's fun.
I had a lot of fun.
Talk some old baseball shit, sports.
It's what I know.
The show's all about just figuring out what to talk about.
I mean, who wants to talk about stuttering idiots? I want to talk about good things, stories that I got, and that was my life. That's what I eat, breathe, and I got the next best thing. If I couldn't play, I got to be in the games. You know what I'm saying? I got to be around the field and the dugout and the clubhouse. It was my life. I enjoyed it, and I got to do. My kids got to share it with me, so that was good. My wife
if you
even
could.
If
you could have, you would have stayed in it.
I knew it was my time to get out. I was old school. My bosses were old school cats that they could get away with the things I told you about. Some of the things Paulie Barrett would get the fire hose out in the Phillies locker room in the minor league, and he didn't like Latinos. He was an Irish, tough hockey type player guy who drank a case of beer a day and didn't even get drunk. He did not like Latinos. He didn't like Italians, but I was the only Italian he liked because I was real with him. He grew up to almost call me like I was his son, and he learned a lot from me. He used to take the fire hose And if players pissed him off, he'd go put that high pressure hose in the shower while they're taking showers and knock them down like a bowling ball pin. That's what he used to do. He'd tell me make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. He goes, "You see that? Go make me." I go, "You hungry?" He goes, "Yeah, go make me a peanut butter jelly sandwich." He goes, "Give it to me." He'd take a big old bite out of it. He goes, "Let's go over to this locker. Get those dress shoes right there for me." Because Paulie couldn't walk hardly anymore. So I bend down. He goes, I go, "That's what's his name, man?" That kid, he goes, "No, he wants to be a smartass to me." He jammed the peanut butter and jellies in the fucking shoes. So when he got out of the shower, he put his fucking toes in his nice slip-on leather fucking dress shoes and be slimed with peanut butter and fucking, and he ruined the fucking, and he didn't give a shit. They were scared of Paulie. Ran a tight ship. They knew, don't make a mistake in the locker room. Because he would be fair. He had his rules. But when I go, "Paulie, they don't understand English. You got to give them a break." I stuck up for them because they were good guys. They just didn't know. You had to teach them. He didn't have no tolerance for that. Listen, they want to come here. They need to learn English. Okay, all right, all right. Old school, prejudice type guy. There was no leeway with him. Me, I understood. Look, the Dominicans came, they shit on the floor. They didn't know better. I went to the organization. You guys got to prepare these guys better how to have adequacy in the United States. And they did. They put them in school. They taught them how to speak English. They did everything first class. Paulie just didn't care about that stuff. And he got away with it. He was old school. But I knew it was coming to an end. Because I'll never forget, Grady sat me down. He goes, "Let me ask you a question. I admired you and took you to a lot of organizations with me. You're my guy all the way. You're one of the best in the business. Can you change to the new baseball?" I said, "What are you talking about, Grady? Can you make changes and adapt to the new baseball? Are you willing to make changes, where you're not, it's about the players now. They're going to have a lot more power. Can you be that guy and bow down to a player? Can you not go after players and flex your muscles that they're going to have more control of things?" I said, "Absolutely not. The day a player tells me how to run a clubhouse and dictates it to me, it's time for me to retire." He goes, "I'm glad you honest," because I knew you couldn't. You're too old school. He goes, I would starting to get hang up. You had a good run, 30-something years." He goes, "I would just go home and retire." And I did. I had no problem with that. I was not going to lay down with the player. Not in the minor league.
Yeah, but why would minor league players get that kind of power?
They gave it to them because the prospects. They gave it to the prospect. I had a player with Juan in Hagerstown. Every day he took 3 lockers. I go, "Who are you?" Every other guy in this little baseball team got 1 locker. Why are you special? So every time he fill a locker, I take it, put it all in 1 locker. He go cry to the manager. So I went to the manager. I said, "Listen, this guy's a problem for me." He goes, "Well, me and you need to have a talk." He goes, "The game's changing dramatically. He's a big prospect, and he's going to be the next big hitter in the big league." And I said,
And
"That
was
guy?"
he?
Oh, wait. So I told the manager, I beg to differ. He goes, "What do you know about the game?" I go, "I know it just as much as you do. I know how to scout. I've watched a lot of games from the bench. I've learned from some of the best. Buck Showalter was one of the best mentors I ever had. I know a lot about this game, pal. I don't think he's going to
Oh,
make it
he's a
past me."
knowledgeable man.
Okay. Buck Showalter was the best. I love him. I go, "I don't think this kid will make it out of AAA." He goes, "You're crazy. He's the next star for the Washington Nationals." I go, "Yeah, okay. That's your opinion. He won't make it." He went up for a cup of coffee, never went back to the big leagues. Tanked just like I said he would. Because he was an arrogant, self-righteous piece of garbage from Tampa that was a pretty boy. His mother was like a model. And he paraded his mother around in a way that was kind of really sick. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a little bit too clingy to his mother that was really good looking. And he was the pretty boy and kind of got bad vibes off of that. And he was like, he didn't give a shit. He was his way or no way in the locker room. I tried to break him. I had him broken. And the manager told me, "I'm going to side with the players. So if you can't make the change, maybe you need to go up to the front office and tell them you wanted to transfer out of here." I looked at him. I said, "I've been in this game 32 years. I've never had a fucking low rate fucking A-ball fucking manager ever talk to me like that in my life, and not let alone not back me up." I go, I'm not going anywhere. But I am gonna take this up to a higher up." I took it up the higher ladder, and they sided with the manager. And I looked at him and I go, "Are you kidding me? Is it over for us?" He goes, "You guys are dinosaurs, pal. You guys were the best, but your era is done. They're done. I want you to go out with a bang." That was last year I did affiliate baseball, 2013, and I went and did my last year in Chicago so I could visit my mother with an independent team. And it sucked because I never worked for an independent team in my life. I worked for the Schaumburg Boomers. And I go, wow. I worked in the big leagues and I worked in AAA most of the time. AAA could be like the big leagues if you make it. But when I worked for that independent team, I felt this is how my career ends. with a bunch of fucking rejects. Ask Christina. She goes, you don't look like you're into this. I go, I want to go home. I walked into the office and told my boss, I know you took really good care of me. You gave me a lot of money to come here to be the clubhouse manager. Because I wanted someone to have. I wanted this team because I know you never worked independent baseball, and I talked about this. Remember, I said that maybe it's not for you, but you said you could do it, and I knew you could do it because you're a true professional. I go here. I wrote a check back to them. I go, this is the bonus you guys gave me to stay the whole season. I'm packing it, but I'm retired. I left in July. Sent Juan home. Sent my son home. Me and Christina got in the rent. That was the rent car that why I can't rent for her. I rented the car and I kept it. I was done. I didn't have a job. I worked. All I knew was baseball, how to run the locker room, and I'm good. And Christina she took care of me. I had no money coming in for 6 months, and she paid everything. And I'm like, I've never had that. I go, I probably should get a job. She goes, well, you got your disability is going to come in this time. I go, they rejected me 4 times. And she goes, I promise you're going to get it this time. Sure enough, in September, I went before a judge, and he granted me full disability. And she goes, now you're retired. She goes, now I go, but I've never had a woman pay for anything for me, ever. Pay bills, let alone do anything. And she goes, well, I'll be like that as long as you treat me right. I'll always be doing everything 50-50 with you. And from this point on, I'm like, oh my God, I finally knew I found true love. I don't have to ask her for anything. She knows what I like. She knows the things that I'm into. She knows the food. If she just look at me, you hungry? And she'll get me what she just knows. I don't have to ask. That woman is a saint. I am so blessed. And I'll buy her something nice. She'll take it back to the store and spend the money back on me. Who does that? You know what I'm saying? Why I deserve this, I don't know. I just hung up the game. It was sick of me because I had such a love for the game and players today. Now all this little Mickey Mouse anecdotes, the pitch clock. What else they got going on? That's like Little League. They got all kind of new things now implemented, don't they?
Just I believe they're bringing robot umpires to the league.
Oh, I've heard it all. Please don't get me started. I've heard it all.
Yep, time to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna get petty. I love you guys. Appreciate everybody. Today, busting balls with Joey C and Big Lou. You about 4:30, Lou? You saying?
4:30, 4:45 is right around there.
You check us out. But tonight, don't miss the greatest prison interview. It's gonna get deep. We're gonna go deep.
At 10 o'clock, correct? There you have it, folks.
Thank you for everything.